Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is August 31st, Thursday, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORIONNWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Florida Gators versus the number 14 Utah Utes. Kickoff will be here in just a few minutes, and I'm definitely excited for the opening of week one. We had week 0 yesterday. No. Last weekend, where we had Notre Dame and Navy, and then we had USC versus, I believe, San Jose State. So we had a couple notable matchups then, but now we're getting into week one. We'll end up doing the Mariners tomorrow, but then on Saturday, we got the Ducks versus Portland State and a lot of other action that I'm going to end up doing. So fantasy football season is upon us as well. I'm going to be doing a 10-man PPR league through the channel, and this will be our, I think, about 5th or 6th year doing it. So I got 6 spots open, and then obviously I'll do a video probably tomorrow, and then we'll be able to fill those 6 spots. And then the draft will be on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So I got to go back and make sure I got Pacific time because it let me choose a time, but I don't know if it was Pacific or Eastern, but I guess I'll find out as we get closer and closer to that time as well. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And then also in about 2 hours, we're going to have the Dodgers and the Braves. So I'm definitely excited about that as well. So we'll do a live look in, and obviously I'll do a little commentary, and we'll do a little pitch by pitch, play by play once this game starts winding down. It'll probably be around the third quarter when the Dodgers and Braves start. So it was really going to be a decision. Do I do this or do I do the Dodgers and Braves? But I got to make sure we get a little college football in, and then we can always kind of go back and forth with the Dodgers and the Braves. You already know what it is. Go Ducks, baby. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. Finley in the building. What's good? Sarah in the building. What's good? And I apologize that you're not feeling that well. Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. And like I said, I originally was going to be like, okay, it said, do you want to start? It said, do you want to start the league from last year? So I said, cool. But I didn't realize that it was going to have me, have all the people from last year in there. So I ended up doing another league. So at that point, I ended up, I still need one more person in there to do that, but I'm not going to end up doing that particular league. So anything on that 22 side, I have to go in here and kind of modify to make sure that, things are going to be good to go. So hold up here. And then it says on the snake, one more league member required to draft. So let me take the draft settings there. And then hopefully I can just delete this. I just want to be able to delete these older leagues, but I don't know if it'll let me and whatnot. So I mean, at this point, I can just make this for like October or whatever, and then and go that route. But that one is from the 2022, so I just want to make sure we get that. All right, hold up here. All right, I think I got it. So I want to just do, I don't know if someone knows how to do that, how to be able to go back and delete some of the other ones through the app and whatnot. I know there's probably got to be an easy way to be able to figure that out instead of just having it stuck there the whole time. But hold on, let me see if one sec. Maybe this is the way I do it. Hold up. Dismiss. I'll figure it out at some point, but I only have obviously my one league that I want to do. I'll take a quick peek to see what's going on with that. But obviously, we're getting down to kind of the nitty gritty, obviously with fantasy season and whatnot. So just want to get things kind of situated before, obviously it gets too late. And we're already getting close to a week away when we're going to end up having some NFL football. So definitely excited. And then as we take a look at the thumb, obviously we know Cam Rising is not playing, and they're going to end up going with a couple of the other options, but the thumbnail took about an hour to make, but I feel that it came out really, really well. This is my very first thumb for college football in 2023. And Gators, ETN, rising. Even though you're not playing, he'll be on the sideline. I'm ready to go. So hopefully everyone is excited for some college football. And hopefully we end up getting a good turnout and we end up getting some good results on the donos as well. And the countdown to 20,000 subs is really on. At this point, we are at 86 to go, which is pretty exciting. That'll be on the ticker and that'll be updated as we go. Only 86 to get to 20,000. Let's go. Graham Mertz, yes, I'm excited to see what he'll be able to do as well. I think he'll be better. I think he'll be better for them, for the Gators. And here we go. And I got it through ESPN, so I am not through one of the links. So I actually have it on real time right now. Come on, Gators. You know, I'm a Duck fan, so I ain't going for Utah. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Gators. Let's go. And I got this for you, Finley. Let's go. We got the Gators. And we got a little Utah. But we'll probably end up having the Gators. Let's go. Let's go, baby. First down and 10. Graham Mertz. See what he can end up doing. And obviously, it would be, I think, you know, with Utah being ranked, if they had Cam Rising, yeah, they would be favored like they were last year. But then what happened? Florida beat them and they lost, right? So Florida has athletes. You know, they got a couple really good stud running backs out there as well, you know, with ETN's brothers. So we will see. They got a combination of athletes that I think Florida will be able to keep up. Utah, obviously, at home. The crowd's going to go crazy, you know, but without their stud quarterback, it should be pretty even tonight. First down and 10. Here we go. And obviously, being a Duck fan, I feel like I can root for a lot of the Pac-12 teams, even though the Pac-12, this is our last year. But again, if you know me, you know, with Florida, that's a big part of why I'm a Buck fan as well. And when I was a young kid, I only followed two teams heavily, Oregon and Florida. Here we go. Little jet sweep. Ooh, nice tackle. Wow. That was a hell of a tackle. All right, baby, let's go. Yeah, but I was going to do, like I said, the 2022 league, but there's people in that league that I don't want to be a part of the league. So obviously I had to, and I got a message from a couple people on there. So I was like, okay, I got to just discredit that 2022 league. False start or a little man in motion there. We'll see what happened. It looks like it's a false start. So that way I had to do the 2023 league. So I think we'll be good now. I just didn't think it would just, you know, send a notification to everybody immediately if I reopened the league, but I guess that's what it did. So apologize for that. Should have just been smart enough to create the new league. Third down and 6. Let's go, Gators. Shotgun set. Mertz. Little screen pass. What happened to my hands? Come on. You got to be better than that. I mean, the noise factor is going to be a big key. I mean, you know, Pac-12 fans are very rowdy, regardless of what school is in the Pac-12, even though this is our last year, right? So, and Utah is always known for running the football and playing good defense. So this is not going to be an easy game, you know, for them necessarily, but I definitely think Florida will be able to hang around. Megan with a fiver. Thank you so much, Megan. Yeah, not a good start for Florida. Absolutely, I agree. Oh, nice tackle on special teams. Let's go. Thank you so much. $5 holla. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. 95 to go to hit the goal. Oh, and I forgot I have to actually put in another dono that we got from Mo Gumbo earlier. So we got to throw that in here as well. Mo Gumbo with a 32er. So let me throw that in there as well. Mo Gumbo really stepping up for us. And anytime someone donates a little early, it still goes towards the cause as well. $32 dono for Mo Gumbo earlier. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you, Mo Gumbo. Appreciate you. So let me get some photos up for Mo Gumbo as well as Megan, even though Mo Gumbo's not in the room. Going long, going deep. He's got a man. Oh, he got it. The 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. You. Wow. That is not what Florida wanted. Florida's defenders in the secondary got burnt. Utah, they went with the go route. Oh, baby. Oh, Money Parks is money in the end zone. Finley, what happened to the Gators? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pac-12 strikes again. 70-yard tutty. Uh-oh. And it wasn't even Cam Rising. That is tough. And but the Utah's not known for throwing the ball with a go route or a Hail Mary early on. I mean, that was a risk, and it paid off. Wow. Extra point is up, and it's good. And it'll be nice since I do have access to ESPN and Fox, CBS. So when we end up doing some of the games, I will be live. Other times I may have to use a link, and we'll have 30-second delay. But what a throw, what a catch. The 10, the 5. Touchdown. I don't even like doing that. That has to be for like the U, not for Utah, but you know. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. $37. Let's get to a hundo. No worries. I appreciate you. Let me throw up a couple Saint photos from Gumbo since he ended up donating, obviously earlier. And then I'll throw up a couple photos for you as well. So let me just throw up a couple Drew Brees and let me give him a couple dono photos here, and then I've got you. So no worries. No worries. I appreciate you. Anyone that donates any amount is, it's much appreciated, right? All right, we got Drew Brees. I mean, he's on the road, or at least he was yesterday. So we'll see if he ends up coming in. But let me throw a couple here. And then if he comes in a little bit later, we can throw up a few more. And then maybe I'll throw up a Drew Brees on Purdue when he went to college. Let me see if I can find a good one for Brees there. Drew Brees and Mike Allstott went to Purdue, the Boilermakers. And I remember because Purdue ended up playing UW back then. And it's kind of ironic, too, because Purdue's colors are exactly to the Saints. So maybe it was destiny all along, even though he got drafted by the Chargers. Look at this throwback. And obviously, Drew's got the birthmark on his face. So obviously, it's very clear to see who Drew Brees is. He was rocking the 15 back in the day. Fucking sweet, man. Look at that shit. The champion jerseys, that shit is a throwback when you got something like that. Very, very cool. Let me get one more Drew Brees up here. Thank you, Mo Gumbo. Appreciate you. Let's go. And Megan, what do you want to see for a photo? I got you. Oh, I know. There's going to be growing pains, of course. I mean, like I said, but no one thought you guys were going to be able to compete or, win last year. Like I said, you're going to be an underdog. You're not even in the top 25. This isn't fucking Swamp Kings. You don't got Urban Meyer there. You don't have the recruits. You don't have Brandon Spikes. You don't have Tebow. You don't have a lot of those same players that you had back in that, time period, right? So obviously, you're only going to be as good as your coach and your recruiting. So if you don't feel like you have a very good coach or the recruiting, of course the talent isn't going to be there. So absolutely, I get it. All right, I got that. I got you. Sarah with $1. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. And then hopefully before you leave, we can find another mod to take over the dono duties before you go. But if you have to go and you're feeling like shit because you got a cold or a flu, I totally get it. So, and some Dallas Clark. Okay, I got you. All right, first down and 10. And I'll get some photos for the two ladies here in just a moment. Shotgun set. Go, baby. Short gain for Mertz. I got an injury. All right, I got a couple here. I appreciate you. It's a cheap booty. Jaws, baby. And I'll get your Dallas Clark here in a second as well. Well, there's going to be injuries. Second down and 5. I just want Florida to compete. Handoff. ETN. Short gain. And like I said, Utah's always known for defense and for running the football effectively. Winning the line of scrimmage on the O line and D line typically. So the only way you're going to counterbalance that is if you can run on them significantly, and you got to have some type of good quarterback play. Of course, you're going to have to make some plays with your secondary as well if you want to hang with Utah. You got to stop their run. You got to get to their quarterback, get some sack lunches. Your secondary has to play above average. You have to get at least a pick or two throughout the game, maybe a forced fumble or a strip sack. That would help. And you got to be effective on offense, and you got to be able to run the ball with your running backs, especially with ETN. Play action fake to ETN. Ertz. Oh, big hit. Wow. Incomplete on third down and 5. Utah is hitting. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. Fourth down and 5. Get him. Tackle him. There we go. Gator tackle, baby. All right, so we got a couple of those for you, Megan. I appreciate you. I got a photo for you as well. 7-0 Utah. I got one there for you as well for your little Dallas Clark. He's a pimp. Hoping that you guys can get another Dallas Clark in Indianapolis at some point. All right, first down and 10. 11:42 left in the first quarter. Pretty exciting. I don't think we anticipated Utah doing what normally Florida does, going deep early, but that was pretty sweet. from the end zone. Oh, nice grab. Bryson Barnes looking pretty good so far, 2 for 2, 79 yards with that go route, Hail Mary. Second down and 5, handoff. Jackson bouncing off. Only a couple yards there. Oh, feistiness, fight. Oh, trying to look to see how I delete the other 2 leagues or whatnot, but I just need Chief to accept. Oh, nice throw. First down, Utes. Move the chains. Wow. The rugby player from Australia doing big things. Yeah, and anytime if Florida is on, depending on what's going on, I'll try to do. I'm going to try to do a little bit of everybody. Florida State's going to be good this year. Ohio State. I'm going to kind of sprinkle in some Georgia and some Bama. I'm going to do a little bit of everything from the conferences this year. 7-0 Utes. Play action fake. Little bootleg rolling out to his right. Wide open. First down, Utes. Wow. Bryson Barnes is killing it right now. Oh, I bet. So it looks like Utah on this matchup that's on ESPN's got some Australian, at least one Australian player that just made a play, a tight end, I believe they just said. Handoff. No. Keeper. Nice tackle by Florida. I really like Florida's colors too. Like I said, with the orange and the blue, but it's like that right type of orange to match the blue. It's not like the Tampa Bay orange where it's like the creamsicle, where it kind of, some people really like it, but even myself, it's not the most, attractive look as far as that tint of orange. But I feel like the orange and the blue and the white that Florida has, it's very easy on the eyes and it looks great. It's one of the best, uniforms and helmet combos that they have in college football, period. I mean, I love my Ducks, but I think my second favorite obviously would be Florida. I mean, regardless if they're ranked or not ranked, Your Iowa punter is Australian. Oh, nice. All right, third down and 3. Yeah, Gators, you got to make a play. You got to get a sack lunch. You got to make a play. Or stop the running back. Stop him. There we go. There we go. I mean, you don't want them to go down, 14, fucking 17, 20. You don't want to get down. that early by that much. There you go. Nice job, Florida. So I saw that Sarah, you got the invite, and Shep did as well. Now I just need Chief to accept his, and then we'll figure out the other 6 people. Yeah, but I know it sent a notification to Jake and a few of the other people. But again, like I said, yeah, I don't forget. So, if you're going to disrespect me and whatnot, like, you're not going to be a part of the league or part of the channel. But I know he's tried to reach out a couple times, but, what was said was said. So sometimes you just got to move on. Yeah, I was happy that Bobo ended up making the team, which I figured he would. Dallas Clark looked really good in that Iowa. And then obviously it's not his birthday today, but sometimes they'll have like little photos that will be attached to a little cult representation. The craziest thing is seeing Dallas Clark on a Tampa Bay Buccaneer uniform. Most people don't even remember that he was on there. I mean, it might have been only for a little bit of time, but well, he looks like he could be a contributor, and there's a reason why he ended up making the team. So if there ends up being injuries like there is, like the Jackson Smith to Jigba, it'll give an opportunity for someone like Bobo to maybe get some playing time. And not only that, to be actually a factor. Yeah. Yes, TJ Hawkinson did get paid today. That's going to reset the tight end market dramatically. I wish the running backs would actually get some appreciation, not, just Jonathan Taylor, but everyone. I wish that they would get paid fairly. All running backs, they deserve to get paid more. It's an undervalued position based off money. But if you really think about it, they should be getting paid just as much as anybody else based off the pounding that they take to their bodies. And like I said, yeah, I get it. You can end up getting a guy that's like undrafted, or you can find another guy a couple years afterwards, and you don't have to, pay big money sometimes, right? But still, that doesn't take away from the fact that these guys are really hard workers and they take a lot of damage to their bodies. So I think they should be rewarded. First down and 10. Little end around. There we go. All right, Finley. Uh, if JSN is playing, then Bobo will be probably 4th or 5th string. So if they run like 2 wide receivers on the left, 2 wide receivers on the right, then he'll be like that 4th guy. Or maybe they'll put Bobo in special teams for a kickoff return or punt return. Sometimes they'll put a guy there to see what he can do, and then he can maybe do that and be like the 4th string, 5th string wide receiver. Second down and 1. Play action fake. Mertz. There we go. Go, go, go. Yes. There we go, Finley. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, Finley. Here we go. And like I said, I could have actually waited, to do the Dodgers and the Braves. And I'm excited about that. I will turn it on. But, nothing is like college football, And like I said, not everyone is into it, depending on if you're hardcore or not. But I definitely want to try to do as many reaction videos to the NFL and college football. And I love it, man. It's been a part of my life as a little kid, and I never will stop watching. Go, go, go. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Oh, he fumbled it. Shit. First down, Gators. Oh, they got lucky there, Finley. Yeah, and like I said, regardless if the Gators are ranked or not ranked, I've always had a special kind of feeling towards them. Steve Spurrier, he was a quarterback, obviously, for Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they first started off as a franchise, and then ended up, being the Florida Gator, famous ball coach. Then went to South Carolina and whatnot. But Steve Spurrier and the Buccaneers, the Gators and the Bucks, there's been a lot of connections there over the years. And obviously, watching Swamp Kings. If you haven't watched that documentary, that was one of the best documentaries I've seen, even though they left out, about 10 or 12 different big things. Mertz, get rid of it. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a Ute sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, baby. They didn't really talk about the Pouncey twins as much, or Cam Newton, or Aaron Hernandez. But again, they only did 4 episodes, and they did an episode per year. It's like 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9. If they would have ended up doing 8 episodes, they could have went more in depth, but also probably some legal stuff talking about Aaron Hernandez. Now he's passed away, and some other things going on there with maybe getting the Pouncey twins to agree to be on footage and be on camera. But I really wish they would have done like an 8 episode. So that way they could have included some of these other stories and headlines. Cam Newton being there and getting kicked off the team, going to Auburn. But with what was put on with Rainey and with Spikes and Tebow, Percy Harvin and Urban Meyer and many others, I loved it. ETN, let's go. A little short game. Yeah, Montrell Johnson's the other running back as well that you have to keep an eye on. Absolutely. And you know what? And like I said, the simple fact that, yeah, he might have not panned out in the NFL, but I love that guy. His passion, his energy, and if you saw how he was in high school and then as a leader, growing up homeschooled on the farm, the discipline, the passion, the energy, the alpha male. Mertz, there we go. And obviously Brett and Spike, growing up in the hood and being that alpha male as well. And seeing Spiller, that was kind of like the OG before he got a chance to be the man. But being able to see like the workouts at midnight and just like how they were training to go to like Iraq, and like you had to be able to put on that discipline, especially if you wanted to be, number one or compete, with Alabama and Georgia and kind of the big boys back then. So I loved it. I probably will go back and watch it again. That's how much I loved it. And just because, again, you don't end up making it in the NFL doesn't mean you're not a Florida Gator legend for life. All right, come on, baby. 4th down. Field goal attempt is up. It's good. 7-3, baby. It's almost like my last name, Mikulek. Mehelek. Like, you just change a couple letters around. It's almost my last name for the kicker there. All right, 7-3, baby. Let's go. They just got to get to Bryson Barnes. 4 for 4 for 108 yards and 1 tutty. That's not ideal. So, but it's also like for Joey Harrington, and certain guys, that maybe never, fully panned out. It's okay. LaMichael James, DeAnthony Thomas. Yeah, some people might say, oh, those guys were failures in the NFL, but it'll never take away from the fact that, we love them, based on our college teams. Like I got the DeAnthony Thomas sewn jersey with Mamba stitched in the back. I'm not wearing it right now. So, I will always rep, Joey Harrington, DeAnthony, LaMichael James, and I will always love them, forever, even if they didn't pan out to what people thought in the NFL. Sometimes you can still be a college legend, and that's okay. It's hard to be a college legend and an NFL legend, but even if you're a legend on one end, hey, you're a legend and it'll never go away. So, oh, you have to end up watching the documentary Swamp Kings. You watch Swamp Kings and you actually see what he's about, and then you'll look at him at a whole nother level. Like, his intensity, his passion. I mean, when you end up looking at some of those like behind the scenes footage where they show him like in the locker room, in the sidelines, the adversity, the pain, and the triumph and the tribulations, like, going through all the different emotions. But the guy is amazing, man. Like I said, and him being like a motivational speaker and being on, like ESPN and whatnot, and doing like college football and kind of talking in the pregame and whatnot. Like I said, I liked him back in the day, and obviously we knew that when he went to Denver, he never panned out. But again, it's all about where you go, who the coaches are, the scheme. There's many things that were the reason why he didn't pan out the way that maybe he should have. Again, and when you play college ball, it's completely different when you go to the NFL as well. So you got to be able to watch Swamp Kings, and if you watch that on Netflix, it's a 4 episode, about an hour. It's about 4 hours total. But you'll definitely look at those Florida players in a whole nother light. Yeah, awesome. I fucking love it. Nice. All right, we got Chief Will Chief, myself, Sarah, and Shep. All right, cool. So we got the people that I had in there, so 6 to go, and then the draft will be on at Monday, so that'll be cool. That is a good question. Someone would have to look that up. I mean, we're talking about over 10 years ago, so it's quite a while ago. Denver's gone through quite a few. I'm not sure if it. I don't think it was Mike Shanahan at that point. Josh McDaniels and John Fox. There you go. So John Fox was the head coach, and McDaniels was uh, the coordinator. Or McDaniel. That was McDaniels' first coaching job. Yeah, that was his first coaching job that he got after leaving New England as an OC, and then he was there. It didn't work out, and then he got fired. I remember now. I remember that. Yeah, McDaniel, and that was a big part of it too. McDaniels knew, Tebow knew. Like if there was someone more established like Shanahan, then maybe Tebow's career would have lasted a little bit longer. I do remember that now. But again, that was like 2010. Like long 13, 14 years ago. 7-3 Utah. Handoff. Nice tackle by Florida. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Yeah, JSN, there's no point of having him play early. They might as well rest him until he's fully healthy, but you never know. Down in 6. Bryson Barnes, 4 for 5 for 108 yards and a tutty. They've held the rushing game pretty well. They've only given up, 12 yards rushing? So both teams only have 12 yards rushing. That needs to improve, especially with Florida. Good defense. Here we go, Gators. Hell yeah. There we go. Well, John Fox was with the Panthers, and then obviously they let him go. And then after that, obviously was trying to find work with other organizations and whatnot. I was like, Fox, that was like when you guys ended up going to the Super Bowl, against the Patriots back when you had like, Jake Delhomme and Mushim Muhammad and that type of team. Yeah. John Fox was legit, bro. That Panther team was legit. Kind of unfortunate, like I said, with the Rams and the Panthers and the Eagles, if it wasn't for the Patriots in that little run, who knows what would have happened. Chiefs game against Denver. Oh, I would assume the Chiefs won. Do you remember who the quarterback was? Short game. And not very much baseball action today either. There was only 4 games. I saw Volpe hit a game-tying 3-run homer, but they ended up losing in extras, 4-3. And we got the Braves and Dodgers at 7:10. So I'll obviously flip that on when that comes on, and then we'll end up doing Mariners and Mets tomorrow, and then we'll do some college football on Saturday. Marcos' birthday Saturday night, so I'll go and do that, and then Sunday we'll be back for some more action, probably with the Mariners. 2nd down and 7, shotgun set for Mertz. Go Mertz! Yes! First down, Gators! Yes. There we go. And we had rain here in Oregon for the very first time in like 2 weeks. So it started raining last night, I think around 3, 4, 5 a.m. at that point. So I definitely got my long walk in late last night, and I did one around 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 when we had a little break. Got to get my exercise in. All right, first quarter is winding down. Shotgun set. Mertz, little bootleg. There we go. Block for him. There we go. There we go. First down, Gators. Move the chains. Heck yeah. Yeah, he looks a lot better than what he was doing at Wisconsin for sure. But Gator swagger, baby. I like him. I mean, I don't, like I said, how good is he going to be? I don't know. But they're not rolling over. They're not intimidated by Utah. And fuck, they beat them last year. So it's a little bit different of a team, with both of these teams. And obviously no Cam Rising. But still, obviously they have backup quarterbacks. They have a Barnes and another, right, where they could have put in that third stringer. And he's actually pretty good too. So, but to go deep and give up a big bomb for a tutty, that wasn't really what they wanted. But it's only 7-3. You're not down 17-0. The Gators can win this. So that's got obviously good for not being ranked. And then if you beat Utah, you're in the top 25. So, like I said, you might not be ranked now, but if we get the dub, then you can kind of go from there. So let's go, baby. And Mr. Williams actually just sent me a link about what is this? It's coming on September 13th. It's called Wrestlers. I might have to check it out. I'm not sure if it's like a Netflix documentary or something like that, but I'm interested in that. Well, so far so good. 7-3 Utah. I mean, again, if the defense was a little bit better, then we wouldn't have had to give up that big, Hail Mary for a tutty. But I mean, I love me some college football, and I got to be able to mix it up a little bit. We're got to do a little college football. We're going to end up doing, baseball as we're going into the playoff push. Obviously, NFL is just right around the corner, which will be really exciting. And then a little wrestling in between. And then obviously we'll be transitioning into college hoops, NBA, and some NHL, as well as the end of NASCAR. So this is the best time of year. August through February, it's absolutely just go, go, go. I can't wait. And again, I really do think this is going to be really big for us too on the channel. I think like I said, we're going to get over 20,000. We've gotten about 80 subs within about a week and a half, but a majority of them within a day or two, based off just a couple streams through Mariners and me doing reaction videos. So we only need 86 subs to get to 20,000, which is awesome. So it's like all we got to do is keep doing Mariners streams, do reaction videos for college football and NFL, and then eventually, we're going to get to that number, and I don't think we're going to look back. It won't be like how it was before where we have these like fake subs, people that come over from like a raid and they're only trying to make the host happy by doing something. But then like a couple days later, a week later, a month later, they take their sub back. I don't want those people. I want real people that want to be here. So start of the second quarter. Let's go, baby. 7-3. Kraken, let's go. You already know what it is. We got to get a nice combination of Montrell Johnson, right, and ETN. Don't you think, Finley? It's got to be a little bit of both. ETN is more talented, I feel, but they both can actually bring it. If you've actually watched them play last year, I think they're one of only a handful of teams that had both running backs. I believe hit like 700 yards rushing each. And that's not easy to do. What you want one guy to be the bell cow. So if each guy can get you 700 yards or more, there's some talent there. Floater. Oh, incomplete. Yeah, I'm actually ready for hockey too. Can't wait for the Kraken. Well, especially with Florida, if they're going to run like a pistol or a running gun, or try to be the team that they were with like Spurrier or with like, Urban Meyer, it's going to be a little bit different with these coaches that you have gone through since, some of the elite ones, right? So you're just going to have to kind of play things out. And obviously, Utah's a tough test. This is not easy. This is the first time that you're playing someone like this, out of the first game, out of conference besides last year with a very, very strong opponent. You're not playing an easy one like Oregon's playing Portland State. Jesus Christ. I want someone better than that. 3rd down and 7. But if you win this, right, you get in the top 25. So it's a risk and a reward, right? There's more reward for Florida. There's more risk for Utah. Because if Utah loses, they'll still be in the top 25, but they might, drop down to like 20th. But if Florida wins, maybe they get to somewhere between 20 to 25. And you'll take that, because think about it. If they played some shitty team like Florida Atlantic, and you win that, you're still unranked. So to be able to play a ranked opponent in the top 14, that's huge, especially if you can win on the road. Winning at home is one thing in the swamp, but to win on the road, that'll gain confidence for Mertz and the rest of the Gators moving forward. And if Utah loses, they've already won the Pac-12 championship twice. It's going to be very, very tough for them to win it 3 years in a row. USC, Washington, Oregon, we're coming. 3rd down and 12. Come on, baby. Mertz, step up. Run, run, run. Go, go. Yes. Oh, he took a hit. Oh, he lost the football too. Is he okay? Uh-oh. I hope he didn't get knocked out. Oh, he got hit hard. Oh, Finley. He got fucking popped. Did they get the 1st down, though? See, this is about heart and guts, right? And this is what you want. This is like a Tebow run. Fuck it. I got to go. I got to run, right? The corner didn't turn around, and he got blasted. Thank God that went out of bounds when the Gator player was there to get it. But pow, pow. Wow, he got hit hard. But you know what? When you get hit hard like that, right, that's what gains respect, from the teammates. They're like, Jesus Christ, this guy's not a runner, and he sacrificed his body to try to get us this dub and this 1st down for this touchdown. Marcos in the building. What's good, baby? College football is back, baby. What's good, dude? How was ground control? You play some video games? I love that place. We'll have to go there sometime. I go sometimes there with Justin. 4th down and 1. Oh, false start. Fuck. Uh-oh. Gators with a false start. Damn it. How are you, Marcos? Yeah, so I was thinking, we could do like Maxwell's and Malone's, and then obviously depending on what else is after that. I know you want to be able to go somewhere that has like music and whatnot, but I don't know about like going to Portland and anything like that because I'm only going to have a few hours depending on when I get swooped up or whatever. So, I mean, if you guys want to be able to do something at some point or after I get dropped off, and you guys have another place that you want to go, or you're going to be going with Rick and whatnot. I don't know if you're riding with Rick or if Erica's swooping you as well, but we'll figure it out. 4th down and 6. Kick is wide right. No good. Damn. All right. Aussie 12 is out. Reflect in the building. How are you? I mean, like I said, you got to be able to snap is good, and he just shanked it. And obviously, when the quarterback sacrificed his body for a missed field goal, not a good look. Not a good look there. Come on, Gators. All right, take it easy. A rare day off for the Mariners. But obviously, if you saw the video, did you see the video reflect on social media that Julio ended up wanting everyone to dress up like Run DMC with the Adidas merch, and they were all dressed up with the hats and the jumpsuits, and they were even Scott Service was dressed up. They had a little thing they posted late last night and early this morning. Very cool. You know, I mean, Mariners are literally the most likable team in baseball right now. You know what I mean? And Julio, brought the idea to service about a month ago, and they're all wearing matching, sweatpants and tops and the little Kango hats, like the LL Cool J style. It was awesome. Oh, you didn't see it? Do you have social media at all? Reflect? Do you have like Twitter or Instagram or anything? I don't know if you do, but if you do, if you follow me, I can always send you stuff. You know, and I can send you the link, but it's very cool. Nice keeper. First down, Utes. Yeah, I mean, if you look it up, I mean, you'll be able to find it and whatnot. I mean, I got it on my timeline on my Twitter and whatnot. But they had a couple people post it late last night, and it's on Julio's Instagram and Twitter as well. But they look awesome. I mean, they just look like a bunch of pimps, and it's just crazy to see Scott Service wearing it as he's giving like a team meeting. He's got like the hat and the glasses. He's got the whole jumpsuit going on. It's so cool, dude. First down and 10. Handoff. Oh, run him over. First down. Utes. Okay. Well, like I said, it's no big deal. Like I said, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, some people are kind of private and whatnot. But like I said, if you ever, get an Instagram or if you have a Twitter or anything, just you can see it obviously there on the bottom of the screen, and then I can always send you stuff, based off Mariners or whatever, if you ever want to get to that point. If not, totally fine. I know some people are kind of private with that, and they just want to keep things private, so I totally get it. First down and 10, 7-3 Utes. 11:45 left in the second quarter. Shotgun set. Bernard. Oh, big hit by the Gators. And then we got the Dodgers and Braves coming on in about an hour as well. Yeah, but a lot of times I just be able to send stuff to like, the friends and whatnot, the important people that are on the channel, so that way if there's something about their team or, and obviously I follow the Mariners on Instagram and as well as, Julio and on Twitter. So anytime I see something that comes out, I can, share it with people or they can share it with me. So, but I imagine if you do like a Google search, you'll be able to find it. Second down and 8. Oh, fumble snap. Hit him. Yeah. 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Gator sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. You can send me, I can send you by text message. We can just do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you my email and you can, we can do that. And it's not like I'm going to be blowing, like I said, I'm not going to be blowing people up. You know what I mean? Like it's just, there's something cool here, and then you can see what I got. And there's only a few people that I, kind of keep in touch with on that level. So there's my first name, my last name, 24 at Gmail. So if you want to send me an email and then I can, we can go back and forth, exchange, the numbers and whatnot, and then I can send you stuff just that way. So we don't have to do it off Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of those other things. We can just keep it like, personal. But I'm always reading and I'm always doing film study, so I'll always be able to find those cool like things like the Julio thing I can send you, and then I can just copy the link, from like Twitter or like Instagram, and then you can just click on it, and even if you don't have an account, you'll be typically be able to open it and look at it. So, two number threes on the field. Yeah, so if you want to send me an email there, and then I'll respond to you, and then we can exchange info that way. No, you're good. Yeah, and like I said, if someone is a friend of mine and we got a relationship and we're close, yeah. I mean, just a little here, a little there, a little Mariners here, a little there. Oh, I see something cool about Michael Penix Jr. Boom, something Washington related. That pretty much that's what it's going to be. So. But I think you really would get a kick out of the video. It's only about a minute long, but they even have a member of Run DMC that Scott Service reached out to, and then after he's wearing the whole getup and the whole team in the locker room is all matchingly dressed. Then there's a secret like little video from one of the members, kind of reaching out to the Mariners and whatnot, which is pretty sweet. And you're old school, so it'll be relevant for you. Anyone that was born in the 80s or prior, you know who Run DMC is. I mean, hell, you could be born in the 2000s and you may know who that is. So, yeah, that uniform problem, two number threes. What's going on there, Finley? And then we got a little series coming up with the Mets, and hopefully we can beat the brakes off of them. They play at 4 o'clock tomorrow, 4:10. So we'll do that tomorrow. And hopefully we can keep gaining some ground. Again, we only need like 80 and some change. Little screen. First down, Utes. Nice competitive game here with the Gators and the Utes. And if we keep on grinding, we're going to get to that number 86 subs to 20,000, which is amazing. So, hopefully we can keep pounding out reaction videos, Mariners streams. And the better the Mariners do, the more subs we're going to get too, because more eyeballs are going to be looking at the Mariners. And I'm really the only one that does it full time, play by play. So, and this might be huge for us too, because hell, if the Mariners are going to be relevant for 15 or 20 years, can you imagine where this channel is going to be? Like moving forward, just with the Mariners alone, it's going to be sweet. Little option. Oh, big hit. Oh, baby, Gators. That was a hell of a hit there. Yeah, it's like they can have a number three on offense, a number three on defense. Yeah, kind of a shitty penalty, for that to happen for sure. Eight minutes left in the second quarter. 7-3 Utes, but Florida has been playing pretty well with all things considered. Happy early birthday to Marcos. He was down at Ground Control, one of these arcades that we have in downtown. Uh-oh, keeper. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Touchdown, Utes. Oh, my. Oh, my. You go from Bryson Barnes to Nate Johnson. Uh-oh, 27-yard tutty. And they were saying that it could be either one, but I knew that both of them were going to get an opportunity on top of having Cam Rising and having him, coming off the injury. Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, cool. Hold on, let me put you in here. All right, let me put you in here real quick. I'll put you in as reflect. All right, hold on. All right, reflect. I just sent you a text message. And then if you open that up, that'll be the video that I was telling you about. All right, I just sent you a text message. And even if you don't have a Twitter account, you should be able to open that up. I know sometimes there'll be things that if someone doesn't, like for whatever reason, it won't open up for someone, but most of the time, you should be able to just click on it and open it up, just like a attachment type thing. But I just sent you a text message and I sent you that. Dude, it's so cool, right? Seriously, it's like one of the coolest things that I've seen. I mean, look at Scott's service. You got the Adidas, you got the pants, they got the Kango hat. The top is so dope. They got glasses, and look, it's the whole Julio organized it for the whole team. The whole team to be able to be matching like that. I don't know, man. Like I've seen a lot of cool things, in the past, but that's definitely got to be up there. You're gonna love it. Cool, right? And then Rev Run, come on, bro. So obviously, Scott and some of these other people will have connections, and everyone knows Julio and whatnot. So, if Julio's going to go out of his way to do something cool for the team and keep it secret, and then Scott says, okay, I mean, we're literally the most likable team in Major League Baseball right now, and I don't think that's going to change. And then on top of that, Scott Service going the extra mile to try to reach out to, people from Run DMC. Really fucking cool. Like I saw a lot of people that are non-Mariner fans saying that they thought that was probably one of the coolest things that they've seen in the entire Major League Baseball season. Just based off little extra things like camaraderie and whatnot. But it was probably the best post from yesterday overall, and probably one of the best posts I've seen all year, to be honest. 14-3 Utes. Come on, Gators. Oh yeah. Yeah, especially when you can run the football and you can defend. You got your three deep at quarterback. Cam Rising, Bryson Barnes, and Nate Johnson. I mean, and they've won the Pac-12 2 years in a row. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Oh, did they? I know they were probably trying to get Brian Hoyer to come back. Obviously, releasing Cunningham and releasing Bailey Zappi. So that pretty much tells me if you have guys that can help you win and you release them, then you're trying to tank and you're trying to end up getting your quarterback of the future because it ain't fucking Mac Jones. So, yeah. It's like only like a minute long. I'd probably watch it 10 times or whatever, but it's so cool. And just to see like their reactions after and fucking Gino and Julio, the guys that have the most energy, it looks like that's something that they would wear, and whatnot. So, shit, I would rock that. That's definitely my style as well. So, but again, that's a good benefit that if you don't have Twitter or Instagram or some of these other social media apps, I'm always on there. And then that way you don't have to sign up for them. I see something cool, I'll send you a text message, boom, and then you get everything that I'm getting. So there we go. Very cool. Yeah, and this is the first thumb of 2023 on the college football side. It took me about an hour to do, but I feel like it's just going to be like the NFL ones, moving forward. But I'm really proud of it, man. Like to see where my thumbs were, even just a few months ago to where they are now. They're very on the Johnny level. And some people would say I'm just right there. Like I don't, like if I, people wouldn't really know. It's like, is that mine or is that from Johnny or whatnot? So I feel that I've figured out all the different tools to be able to make it like mine. So anybody that sees that style, and also that's a part of it too. You got to be able to find your own style with your live stream as well as your thumbnails. And then once you have it, you stick to it. And you don't change it. With the format, with the live play-by-play reactions, with the glowing letters, that's me. So every time that people see that format, they'll know that that's mine. So, and it took a while, to be able to get to that point, but I'm pretty proud on how it turned out. And like I said, this will definitely help us moving forward with the thumbs for sure. It's almost like artwork, to be very honest. Like I was showing it to family and they're like, damn, that's like, It's like not only a thumbnail, but it is kind of a piece of art that you work on to kind of show off your own personal style and signature swagger. So I did not. I did not. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, shit, I was paying Johnny 20 to $35, because I didn't know how to do it, and I figured that would help, bring some more people, to the channel. But then when the donos, yeah, decreased a little bit, I couldn't afford to do it anymore, and then I got illegally banned, for a week when I did the WBC, Japan versus USA, and I didn't even do anything wrong. So then it gave me a time period to be like, okay, let me deep dive and try to figure out all the tools in my, thumbnail editing program that I already had, or I was like, do I have to, buy Photoshop, or can I do it with the one that I already have? And, they have a one specifically for Apple, it's called a Pixel Style Photo Editor. And that was the one that I used before. And it actually has the same exact tools as like a Photoshop. So a little short gain for the Gators from ETN. Yeah, but it's just it's about being able to be creative and being able to show your artwork and your kind of your own style and swagger, and not be like everyone else. You don't want to copy someone else's style. You want to make it your own and whatnot. So obviously, it saves me money, and then obviously I can do it on my own, and then it's a piece of an extension of who I am. So, but I feel that like if I didn't say anything, like people wouldn't know the difference between Johnny's and mine. So reflect with a fiver. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. What would you like to see? You want some Michael Penix Jr. Or would you like some Mariner players? You let me know. But I'm proud of how things kind of panned out. It took me a long time. It took me 11 years to get to this point. Where like the thumbnails are in my mind now perfect. The background and the look is nice. Going deep, incomplete. But I mean, that's a long fucking time. To be able to get the background, to be able to get the thumbnail, to be able to have the presentation, all lined up. It took 11 years to get to that point, but you know, and I'll still keep improving it along the way. But it's just nice to be able to work that hard in the adults. And then also I ended up throwing up. I got a couple. So we got the Utah. Okay, we got the rotating. I didn't forget about that. So we got the rotating Utah logo, and I also got the rotating Gator logo. Got to do it for college football too. Mertz, get out of there. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, Florida's very young too. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, to be able to have this determination and passion, and like I said, I knew eventually I would be able to figure it out. But it gets a little screen pass is incomplete. It gets a little overwhelming when you don't know what you're doing. And you're just trying to be able to make things look better to attract more eyeballs to possibly click on your video and whatnot. But again, when I'm limited for only from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I'm in a toxic environment and I can't do, reaction videos. And, like I said, I was limited on my growth and it kind of stunted the growth of the channel because I couldn't do everything I wanted to do. Um, but at least now, we're in a position where things are much better. I'm not in a toxic environment anymore. And then I have the ability to record from 7 a.m. to midnight without anybody bitching or complaining or whining or being toxic. So that's a good feeling. So I already know the channel is going to grow. Appreciate you. What would you like to see, brother? Well, you're only down by 11. So, I mean, like I said, even if getting like a field goal and just cutting it to 14-6 would be huge. And I still think you're in this game. Of course, Utah obviously is very deep, with what they have, but I don't think this is like out of range just yet. So, okay. Yeah, but those Run DMC tracksuits are so dope. I don't know what's cooler, that Rev Run, end up, doing the video, or just the fact with the Kango hat and the glasses and the white tee with the track pants. I mean, come on, dude. The whole look. Super dope. Let's go, Julio. And I'm so proud that we have someone like Julio. It's like we had the King Griffey Jr., and we had Ichiro, but it's been, 20 plus years where we could actually look up to a player and think, you know what, this guy's going to be a Hall of Famer if he keeps it up. And who knows who might join him? Shohei Ohtani. And if we have that, I mean, it's going to be a dynasty. You best believe. So, what a goat, man. 14-3 Utes. Come on, Gators. And I just love the way that Julio plays, with just a smile on his face like Griffey did. You don't really meet too many people that understand that if you take shit too serious in life, that you're going to be unhappy. You're not going to be able to make your dreams come true, and you're not going to play as well. You're going to be angry, pissed off. If you're going to be like Jared Kelenic, you're not going to play well. If you're angry all the time, tackle his ass, right? But if you can play with a kid-like passion, like a Brett Favre, except minus all the painkillers, play with that childlike energy, or like Julio, where you're smiling, you're laughing, you're having a good time, you keep it loose, you keep it fun, right? Then you end up getting the best out of yourself. So, what's really crazy too? Oh, I should send this to you. Hold up. Hold up. I got another one. All right, watch that. I just sent you another thing. This was from MLB Network. And through MLB Network, they've been very stingy on the Mariners for like the last 20 years. We obviously started to get a little bit more love and pub last year, obviously with that nice run that we had. But I just sent you MLB was talking about the Mariners today. And it's like, let me see how long it is. But it's with their panel, and it's a 2-minute video talking about the Mariners and how far they think that we could possibly go. Nice to be able to hear, positive words, for the Seattle Mariners. Not, and obviously they're pretty critical of a lot of teams. Oh, trick play, going deep, he's open. Oh, oh my God! If the Gators would have gave that up, this game might have been over. Yeah, Julio keeps everyone loose. Gino, good vibes and positive vibes only. Absolutely. God damn, if that was executed perfectly there, I mean, but he dove. He wouldn't have gotten in the end zone, but I mean, they would have been down at like the 3 or 4 yard line. What a play that almost got completed. I know Finley's like, oh my God, thank God that didn't get caught. But Julio did keep everybody loose for sure. And he said it in a lot of interviews as well. And like I said, to have that childlike love for something like Griffey did too, no wonder we're successful with Julio. I mean, I think I could think of so many people, Adley Rushman, Michael Harris, and all these other guys that have, Bobby Witt Jr., Corbin Carroll, even though he's from the Pacific Northwest. But to get Julio and have him be a part of Seattle, it's a perfect fit. And thank God we actually signed him when we did, because if we had to wait, can you imagine how much money we would have to pay him later? especially if he keeps getting better and better. But he wants to be a part of Seattle. He doesn't want the money and then just leave and go to like the Yankees. Like he's going to stay, hopefully, a Seattle Mariner for life. So, which is very cool. Something that we can be proud about. Matt in the building. What's good, brother? I'm rocking the O chain that you have too. Little dump down. Oh, what happened to my hands? I 100% agree. Some of like the Dominican, Venezuelan, some of the South American countries with some of the ball players. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that too. And a lot of them are just uber talented. I mean, we watch the WBC. I mean, we know the names that are on there. They're fucking amazing. All right, big long 51 yarder from Utah. They're up 14-3. See if the Gators can prevent this kick from going through. Kick is up and good. 17-3 Utes. Yeah. Well, obviously with their backups with Bryson Barnes, he went for a Hail Mary and got a long tutty for like 70 yards, right? And when you end up getting something like that to Money Parks, no one expected that, right? Not like Money Manziel. Then you get fucking Nate Johnson coming in who can throw and he can run. He can run an RPO. I mean, not many teams have three quarterbacks legitimately that could get in there and do some damage. So Florida still can come back, but they definitely need to stop this bleeding and they need a tutty. That's a big fact. Yes, I agree. Adrian Beltre as well. Yep. We're definitely going to be very, very exciting this last, back end of the season. And we're only going to go as far as Julio's going to take us. If Julio plays, obviously we get 5 runs or more, 7 to 10 hits. And if he smacks a couple like this, things are good. And if MLB Network, who's very stingy, right, on players, right, and we can get good production out of guys like Cal Raleigh, and they've also been talking good about JP Crawford. Thank God. It's nice to be able to see them give love to, other people other than Julio. But some of the panel thinks that, out of the American League, we got just as good of a chance as anybody, right, to be able to make it to the World Series. I'm not sure if I would want to, say that now, but we want to be, you got to crawl before you walk and whatnot. But it is truthful, if, with the pitching staff and the hitting, and if we can have Julio healthy with JP and everyone else, who's to say we can't get the Orioles and the Mariners in the ALCS, and then the Yankees, or no, the Braves and the Dodgers in the NLCS. I mean, hell, they're the 4 best teams in baseball, but you still got the Rangers, the Astros, and the Blue Jays, and a few other teams in the American League. Twins or Guardians, and then obviously in the National League you'll have like the Brewers and the Phillies and a couple of these sleeper teams that might knock off the Dodgers or Braves. But to me, those are the 4 best teams in baseball right now: Orioles, Mariners, Dodgers, Braves. And in about 40 minutes, we're going to have the Dodger and Brave game come on. So, and like I said, Kirby, right? Cal Raleigh, and then Julio, what a good trifecta to build around. And with so many good players, it's just a really, really fun to be able to see where we might be able to go. Oh, yeah. LSU, FSU is going to be good. And FSU looks like they might be the real deal this year for sure, recruiting as well. Yeah, Cam Rising, absolutely. I can't even imagine what the score would be if Cam Rising was playing right now. I mean, we could be sitting at 20 plus points right now if he was playing. Yeah. Frank Viola, Gagne, Kirby Puckett, old school. Exactly. Even though the Braves have been the best, pretty much all year, I don't think the Dodgers are afraid. They know they're good as well, so they might not be getting all the pub like Atlanta, but maybe that's what they want. They kind of fly under the radar a little bit, you know. And the Orioles and Mariners are so easy to root for. Both of those organizations, very likable. You know, even the Blue Jays are kind of likable, but they're not on the same level as the O's or the M's this year. And I don't know if people really like the Rangers or the Rays, and definitely not the Astros. They've already been there, done that. So I think that fans that aren't fans of the Orioles and Mariners, like if they were rooting for someone, it's probably anybody but Houston. You know, but the thing is, if Houston ends up making the World Series, they might be the only team that can win it all. Beating the Dodgers or Braves based off their experience and their players, not necessarily the cheating. Second down and 10, 17-3, Utah. Mertz, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Ute sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. That Florida O-line is getting destroyed. Yeah, Micah Pittman is there on the Utes. They talked about him in the pregame. You still got your O-chain that I sent you, right? Third down and 19. Come on, Gators. That offensive line, step up. But, I mean, again, the O-line and D-line for Utah is usually very good, so it's hard. God damn. Livingston slips. Oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. This is not Swamp Kings. This is not Tim Tebow. This is not Urban Meyer. This is not Brandon Spikes. This is not Percy Harvin. Now, Finley, since you are a Gator fan, what do you think of Billy Napier? Do you actually like him or do you want to fire him? I actually was wearing all my chains earlier, and my family was like, "How many are you wearing? Like 6?" I got the white one, the black one, the chrome one, the green one, the yellow one. I got an exclusive one of one highlighter yellow one that was from the Natty. When we played Cam Newton to match that jersey, and it's got a black chain on it that my buddy, from obviously Collegiate Art Designs that gave me and whatnot. But of course, if I end up wearing a lot of the yellow and green, through the green screen, it doesn't work out very well. Nathan in the building, what's good? And then I also was trying on. I have the duck beanie that is for like Christmas, and it has lights that light up on it. But it's just mostly green and a little yellow. It's got the little snowball on the top, and it lights up, but I can't use it on the stream, unfortunately. Well, if they wanted to have a three-headed horse, it would have. Aaron Jones and obviously JT on top of, oh boy, AJ Dillon. Shotgun set. First down and 10. Yeah, the only way Florida's going to get back in this game is if they end up punching the football out, like Peanut, Tillman used to do before they ended up going into the FBI. If we could end up getting some punch outs with the football or some picks, I mean, you got to be able to get pressure on the quarterbacks, and you got to be able to force a couple 3 and outs. That's big facts. Yeah. But I think for Florida to be Florida, you need to have someone that has that Steve Spurrier, Urban Meyer vibe. Same thing with the Ducks. It's like if we want to be successful, we might, it's like I get what we have now, but it's like it doesn't give you that Chip Kelly vibe. Even Mario Cristobal kind of gives me more vibes than what we have right now. You have to be able to have a coach that you can look up to and that has that Urban Meyer, that Nick Saban, Dabo Sweeney kind of the vibe that they had, Kirby Smart. And there's just not very many good coaches on the college level. But I know, some people like Dan Lanning and whatnot. But again, I mean, I don't really think he fits our culture. I like Crystal Ball a hell of a lot more, honestly. And if he didn't play at the U and they weren't, available for a coaching staff, I think we would have been better off continuously trying to recruit with him rather than with Lanning, even though he came from Georgia. Little dump down. Because I don't see a lot of fucking 5-star, Georgia players transferring because he left. Now if we would have been able to get a bunch of Haloti Natas and a lot of big boys that came over and left, Georgia to come to fucking Oregon, then that's a different story. But I don't really see, him as this like amazing recruiter, you know. And obviously we'll see in a couple more years if it pans out for us. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm just not a Dan Lanning guy. If he helps us win, great. But he ain't no fucking Chip Kelly. He ain't no Mike Bellani. So yeah, but like you got to have like a Chip Kelly type of presence, Then you got something special. There's an aura, around. That's like, you can feel it. Second down and 5, man in motion, shotgun set. He's got a man. Pick. Third down and 5 for the Utes. Shotgun set. Little screen. Hit him. There we go. Yeah, Richardson. I mean, I don't really see necessarily Dak, different type of quarterback, but I mean, obviously the obvious comparison is Cam Newton based off frame, but I think he's a better thrower of the football and has more arm strength than Cam. But again, it's all going to be about accuracy. It sounds like he's got the leadership and he's very likable. Stays after to clean up, signs autographs until people tell him to fucking leave. Like the janitors and whatnot. So it seems like he's a class act guy. It's really going to be, can he make the NFL throws? And not get hurt. And if that's the case, then he'll be their quarterback for 5 to 10 years. And then if he gets hurt or there's some other, he can't make the NFL throws, all of them, then they will be looking for a replacement at some point in 2 to 3 years. But obviously, they're not full strength yet either. They need O line, they need wide receivers, tight end, and some more defensive players as well. Piece by piece, building blocks, to get to the top of the AFC South again. Wow, what a punt. Right at the 9. At this point, just kneel it and then go into the locker room down 14, I guess. $86 subs to 20,000, baby. Let's go. There's the kneel down. And I don't know if it's just because I'm doing the stream through Comcast or whatnot. If it would be fast. Okay, I see like a little bit of lag in the stream, so I'm going to do a speed test, and then I may have to do a link instead of doing it like correctly live, through my Comcast or whatever. Because it seems like there's some issues here. So one sec. It doesn't seem like it's terrible, but I mean I don't like it when it lags like that. Let me take a quick peek here. on what the fuck is going on because obviously I'm not getting the proper speed that I paid for. I can already tell it's way under what it should be. How is it for you guys on the stream itself? Obviously, it's choppy. So, and I'm doing a speed test right now, so I know it's going to be a little choppy here. One sec. Oh yeah, this is unacceptable. Download is way too low. Upload is way too low. All right, hold up. Unacceptable. What the fuck is this? All right, hold up. All right. So I'm going to go off of that and then I close that out and then maybe I'll just do a link and then there might be a little bit of a delay instead of actually just being live. But again, I don't want any lagginess and whatnot. So obviously going through straight through ESPN, through ESPN.com and then doing it through my cable. Of course, being able to do it, live and whatnot. But again, I don't want it to lag, and I'm like, even if it's just like for a split second and whatnot, that shit like bothers me. It's like I pay, good money to be able to have the good internet speed, to be able to, get things to be streamlined and to be good. I don't want it to lag even for a half a second. So, and I think now I took it off Comcast and now I have it through my link and I feel that it's streaming smoother now. So I don't know if it just, going through Comcast directly. It's, causing it to, use more of the internet and whatnot. But I feel that this is better and it's only going to be a little bit, probably 30 seconds behind. So I think this will be much, much better. Yeah. Hopefully you guys will be able to get it together. All right. And then we got the Braves and Dodgers in 27 minutes as well. $43. Let's get to a hundo. We've been getting some good ground on reaction videos through college football and the NFL. The Mariners are doing well. It looks like I'm starting to hit the algorithm a little bit. And like I said, we only need 80 and some change, 86 total subs to get to 20,000. And I feel that once we get there, we won't look back. It won't be like the previous two times where we hit 20,000 and then we were 100 or 200 over, and then we were like 100, 150 under. I feel that once we hit it, we're not going to look back, and that's where it should be. So that way we can actually move on, and I don't have to worry about hovering around that number, and we can go from there. So, well, Utah's just a better team. They're at home, and even though they had to have their second or third string quarterback, you can see that they are the deeper team. Florida's young. They don't have the same kind of recruits as Utah. Utah's won the Pac-12 championship 2 years in a row. They're Pac-12 champions, so it's a little different. So, and also losing from last year, there's a little extra motivation as well. Just like in Swamp Kings, after they ended up beating Alabama, and then in 2009, when they tried to end up being a three-peat champion, and trying to be able to be national champions for 3 out of 4 years, they ran into Mark Ingram and Alabama and got smacked. So sometimes when you beat a team from the previous year, they remember and then they come for you. So, but I think that this is working much smoother. I don't know why watching the game live through Xfinity through Comcast would make the stream use so much bandwidth or whatever. But I feel that this is much smoother. So I think we're going to end up using this the rest of the way. I just hate lag. Lag sucks. No one wants to see you freezing or lagging up when you're doing a live stream. So, and the shitty thing is also, I'm paying good money for a gig. So when I'm paying for a gig and I do a speed test and the upload and download is about half of what I'm paying for, unacceptable. You feel me? Oh, nice. Is it on WWE through like WWE.com or through like their, what did you see it on? Through like Twitter, through their account or something? Or just the app? Lots of CTE there. All right, let me go get my Snapple out of the freezer. 17-3 Utah. All right, I'm back. All right, so I can break down a little bit of the stat line here in the game. All right, so Bryson Barnes, who ended up throwing that Hail Mary to Money Parks, right? One reception for 70 yards. That kind of threw the game for a loop. Then it was 7-0. But Bryson Barnes, 10 for 15, 150 yards, one TD, no pick. Then you had the backup, who was normally third string, which is Nate Johnson, right? So it's normally Cam Rising as a starter. Then you have Bryson Barnes and then Nate Johnson. Now, Nate Johnson came in 1 for 1 with 9 yards with a pass, and then he ended up running the ball, 4 carries, 33 yards, a touchdown on the ground. And they haven't really been able to get a whole lot of from Jaquindon Jackson, their running back. Total yards between quarterbacks and running backs is only 73 for Utah. Florida with ETN, right, and Montreal Johnson Jr., which are their studs, and a few others that have tried. They only have 19 yards total on the ground, and that's why they're losing. And then Graham Mertz, 8 for 14 for 113 yards, but he's got no tutties, but no picks. So it's like not great, but not terrible either. They just need to get a tutty to get back on track. If they can get one tutty and get it to 17-10 and come up with some defensive plays, who knows what could happen, right? And ETN needs to get closer to 85, 75 to 100 yards for them to actually be in this game. 4 carries for 18 yards ain't going to get it done, period. So, and then receiving 159 yards total for Utah, 113 for Florida, but obviously no scores. And then let's take a quick look. Obviously no picks, and then no fumbles recovered as well. And on the kick return game, nothing really too big. ETN's got what 2 for 47, and then obviously 1 for 2 on the kicking game. So you obviously, if Mihalek could have ended up hitting his field goal, it would be 17-6, and you'd be in a better position. So, and then Cole Becker 1 for 1 with a 51-yarder with 2 extra points. So not looking, necessarily great for Florida, but they could still come back and compete. It's not completely over. You're only down 14. So ETN is, yes. That is his brother, I believe. Finley has all the information because he's a Florida fan, but that is his brother. Yeah, especially with a name like ETN, it's very rare and unique. You're not going to probably see too many ETNs just pop out of nowhere. It's not as common as like a Smith or a Braun. So, but he's not as good as his brother. Brother, I think, was a little bit better, but we'll see. But most people think that he will go to the NFL at some point. Do you think that he's going to be better than his brother or no? Who do you think is going to be better out of the two? I guess it just depends on what team he goes to as well. And he's a sophomore. So I mean, if he's 5'9", 205. So if Trevor, can keep, building, last year he had 118 carries for 719 yards and 6 tutties, right? And then his teammate also ended up having over 700 yards rushing as well. So if they decided Montreal Johnson Jr., so if they decided to kind of pick one, then maybe ETN's numbers would have been 10 tutties for like 1,000 or 1,100 yards. So, and then last year with Montreal Johnson, he actually had better stats than ETN. 155 carries, 841 yards, and 10 tutties. So he was kind of more of like the guy that had more of the lead back status. But and he's a junior, so he's kind of on the way out, as well. So we'll see. Yeah, and like I said, if Trevor can get to a team like the Chiefs or something like that, and they use them properly, I mean, maybe you could get similar results than some of their guys that they have as well. So it kind of just depends on scheme and team, and depending on if he stays until he's a senior. He's a sophomore now. So imagine if he plays this year and then plays next year, and then also stays for his senior year, and then at that point he might actually be better than his brother. Depending on if he can keep evaluating, keep, growing as a player and whatnot. So, And if there's anything that you guys want to see photo wise while we're just waiting, for the Braves and the Dodgers to come up, or from the people that have donated, just let me know. Like I said, I'm just chilling, watching these commercials and whatnot until we get to the third quarter and fourth quarter. But if there's anything that you guys want to see, just let me know. I got you. And shout out to Marcos for sharing my stuff and really supporting. One of the only people here in Oregon that actually watches me and actually supports and shares my stuff. I got a really cool Ken Griffey Jr. card I'm going to send you, Reflect. Look at this. Ken Griffey Jr. auto with patch, 1 of 1. I can only imagine how much this is worth. But I normally don't see cool things like that often. But anytime I see something cool, you will get a message from me. Obviously, on the MLB side, it was a very short day. We didn't have a whole lot of games. I believe only like 4. So we have the Detroit beating the Yankees 4-3 in extras in 10. Volpe ended up hitting a 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth or in the top of the ninth to tie it, but they lost off some kind of like throwing error. And then we got the Giants and the Padres 0-0 on top of the first. Miami beat Washington 6-1. And then we got the Braves and the Dodgers coming up, which I'm kind of excited for. Spencer Strider, it was going to be against Urias, but they changed it to Lance Lynn. So not as exciting as of a matchup, but you never know. Strider is 15-4, unbelievable. Lynn is 10-9. But if it was Urias or Kershaw and Strider, then who knows what I would have done. Yeah, if it was Kershaw and Strider, I might have decided to do that instead of this. But I mean, I love college football, and I actually like both of these teams and schools. So it's like I'm into it, Shit, if I'm going to end up wearing the duck gear and whatnot, I got the chain on and whatnot, trying to have the fit. So I enjoy college football tremendously. So it's a big part of my life. We got Mariners tomorrow against the Mets, so it's not like we missed too much. But if someone can remind me when it is 7:10, so in about 25 minutes, if someone can, 25, 30 minutes, if you can remind me, and then that way I can I'll pull up that stream and then I'll watch that. So, but it seems like based off me taking it off the Comcast, the Xfinity, and then doing it through the link, seems like the stream is flowing a lot smoother now. So, oh wow, Cyberpunk coming through. Wow, you guys won't even believe this. Cyber, I got to message him. My goodness, Cyberpunk being cyber, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I guess we'll see him here in a moment. I'm going to send him a Cyberpunk. I just saw your donation and I'm messaging you right now. Thank you so much. Much love, dude. And from the number one donator to the channel, obviously continuing his hard work, being an artist. If you know Cyberpunk, he does artwork through like pizza boxes, soda cans, and beer cans. And then, he'll give designs and works with the team. And then, they'll give the design to the company and maybe they'll reject it, but maybe they'll use it, and so they'll, go back and forth. So I think that's a very cool thing. He works really, really hard, used to do the graveyard. I assume you're working during the day. And not everyone is going to have a high paying job or is going to have the heart to be able to donate like this. Cyberpunk being cyber, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. How are you? I just sent you a message on Twitter. I appreciate you, man, very, very much. Thank you. And we've been gaining ground on the subs. Me doing reaction videos on the college level, and NFL. And since the Mariners are doing well, I'm getting into the algorithm. I'm the only one doing live play-by-play and reactions full-time for the Mariners. And as the Mariners do better, I'm going to do better. I don't even know what to say right now. Your generosity is unmatched. Obviously, we know last year, Holly Hundo and Cyberpunk held it down. Shepard had the single highest dono of 1,300, but Cyberpunk has donated 100 to 500, probably more times than anybody, than anyone on the channel. I mean, like I said, we had Nate the Great, rest in peace in heaven. He did 500 three different times. Cyberpunk has done 100 to 500 so many times. And Cyberpunk with a huge dono. Thank you so much, man. And obviously, I have bills, and and sometimes we'll end up having big dono days. But then there'll be days where maybe the donos will be under $20. But then like that happened a couple days ago. But we got like 20, 30 subs. And in a matter of a couple days. And we've already gained like 75 to 80, which is more than I've gained in like 2 or 3 months. So from me breaking up and not being with the girlfriend, not being in a toxic place, being able to have positive vibes around me, being able now to work harder and work smarter. Yes. Cyberpunk with a $100 dono? No, 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 no. $200 dono? No, no, no. $300 dono? No, no, no. $400 dono? No, no, no. $500 dono. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. And like I said, we have a few people that will do something like this for me. Shepard, obviously Nate the Great, rest in peace. Probably Holly at some point or another, and a few others. But thank you so much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little bit of Cactus Jack. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang. Thank you so much, man. $500 dono, baby. Thank you. Your generosity is unmatched. And honestly, Cyber, if you weren't who you were, and if you didn't, show this kind of love and appreciation, there might have been a time where I might have been evicted. Like, no lie. I mean, there was a few times, where I have friends and I have people where I don't usually like to reach out to people if I need help. Like I have like friends and I have family, but sometimes, it's a tough thing to ask for help, even though someone's going to like donate, and support you. But sometimes like a bill needs to be paid. Your phone's going to get turned off or rent needs to be paid. And that person's going to help you out at some point. But sometimes, you grind, and you're just like a little short. And I can't tell you how many times Cyberpunk has like been able to help, behind the scenes and help me out so I wouldn't get my phone turned off, when things were really bleak, or help me pay the rent, to be able to make sure I could continue the dream and I wouldn't get into like a depression mode. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so, so much for your generosity. And it means a lot. And obviously doing the reaction videos has been helping. Now, I haven't been able to break through the algorithm just yet. I've only had 2 videos break the algorithm. Bears versus, I think, was it the Bills? Or no, it was Bears. Let me look. I can see right now. Let me look right here. But I've only had 2 that have broke through the algorithm. So the 2 that have broke through the algorithm were the Titans and the Bears. And that was Justin Fields and DJ Moore. That got 2,200 plus views. And then I also broke through with week 2 with the Bills and the Steelers, and I got 3,800. And that was kind of similar to the numbers that I was doing a couple years ago. So, and a lot of the others have been about 100 to 500 views. But I know once it's regular season, there's going to be more and more people, and I'm going to make it a focus to do a lot of reaction videos for college and the NFL, even though I might not get paid on them, but obviously the donations I get through the live streams and the appreciation will be for some of that work. And obviously doing Mariners and NFL live play-by-play and reactions. Thank you so much. Cyberpunk, being cyber with a huge $500 dono. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. $543. Let's get to 6. Let's do it. And then when we get to a point where Cyber does that and we have the other goats in the room, that's when we're going to end up breaking the record, which is like $1,527 and some change. Because if you end up having 4 or 5 heavy hitters all contributing like we had a few times last year, that's when we end up breaking records. So yes, much appreciated. And there's been so many days where me and Sarah we're struggling, where we ended up having streams that hit 0. Spend an hour making the thumbnail, streaming for 3 hours, and being at 0, being at 5, being at 10. Depressing shit, And so being able to have something like that really puts things into perspective. So thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. Yes. I can't wait. And I'm going to be doing more Chiefs, more Saints, more Eagles, more Seahawks, and more Niner games. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm not going to do very many Bucks games unless they're on Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, and they're on. But instead of doing, my reaction and doing like my games, because my team sucks this year and we're tanking, I'm going to take advantage of the people that support me the most. So I'm going to end up doing more Chiefs and Eagles and Saints, Seahawks and Niners. And I think that'll help us tremendously as well. And then also, too, instead of doing 3 live streams, morning, afternoon, and evening, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to do Monday night and then reaction videos after and before. I'm going to do Thursday night and then reaction videos like after that. But then the big change is going to be on Sundays, where I'm going to do the morning game and then I'm going to do Sunday night. And then during the afternoon, when I normally would stream, I'm not. I'm going to do reaction videos from the morning. And then as soon as those games are up, I'm going to try to pump out as many as I can, because the faster that you put out reaction videos, the more views you're going to get. So I'm going to have to work hard on Sunday, in the morning, do a reaction, a game, then do reaction videos until Sunday Night Football. And then when Sunday night ends, I got to do more reaction videos at night. And then the first thing Monday morning at like 7 a.m., I got to wake up and I got to pump out as many reaction videos until Monday Night Football, and then get those done, do some on Tuesday, and if I have any left over, Wednesday, and then by the time Thursday rolls around, it's Thursday Night Football. So I'm really going to dedicate myself to pushing more on the reaction video side. Maybe I'll do some power rankings and things as well, but I know that there'll be an audience for college football and NFL reaction videos. And then who knows, maybe I'll do a hockey or NBA, based on the highlight packages that the NBA and the NHL put out. If it works that way, maybe I'll do that as well to gain some more ground on the channel. And we're in the second half now, 17-3 Utah. Yes. Me and Odin's son talked about it. It's a ripoff, because the thing is they're charging $550. It looks like a $200 belt, $250 to $350. It's like and the thing is, if it was going to be a $550 belt, it better be a spinner belt with chrome, and that logo better spin in the middle. If it was that, then I would pay $500, $550. Oh, picked! Oh, almost picked. But you know what I'm saying? But for the logo and the materials that they use, it looks cheaply made to me. If I'm spending $550, I'm going to get the smoking skull belt. I'm going to get the rock belt. I'm going to get the old school championship belt, the winged belt, the intercontinental belt, the John Cena spinner belt, the Edge spinner belt, Rated R Superstar. There's so many belts I would have rather gotten. Now the cheap one looks cool, right? But it's way overpriced. But also too, $250 profit for WWE, $250 for the NFL. So that's why it is so overly priced. Probably took them 50. Oh, big hit! Oh, it probably cost them $50 to make the belt, and then $250, profit for WWE, $250 for the NFL. And if you've noticed, Han, obviously he runs AEW. He took the Jag belt off the market. He's like AEW, WWE, fuck you. So pretty much if you bought the Jag belt within the first hour, you got it, and then they pulled it, and then now you can't get it anymore. So, yeah. So, I mean, I know some people, and then what's going to happen are people are going to customize it. They're going to take off that front piece and make it into a spinner belt. So wait a couple months when people buy it, and you'll see a custom belt like that, and it'll be much cooler than the one that they're offering through WWE. People are very creative. Johnson with the short run. Like me, if I was going to get one, I would want one with like the Oregon symbol with an O, and I would want to spin it, and I would want it to, move like John Cena's spinner belt. Or if I had a Chief one, I want to be able to spin it, because that's what looks coolest to me. If you're going to have a custom belt, it's got to be a spinner belt. You know what I mean? If it's just going to be the regular belt, it doesn't look cool enough. Yeah, you can have like the Chief, plates that you can lock in, or like the big W. Like, I think they would have been better off just doing a big W belt like before, or like Seth Rollins belt, and then just put Chief plates on there, and they can make them interchangeable. That they cost like $150 a piece, and then boom, Chiefs, whatever, Seahawks, and then you can have that on there instead of just making this belt for $550 that looks cheaply made to me. Like just make plates for each team, and then you can swap them out. do it like that because that's what you were able to do with that big W belt before. You could buy the plates and then boom, I got Macho Man, boom. Oh, I got Rock plates, Brahma Bull plates, boom, Stone Cold plates, boom. And that's what I almost invested in at one point, but I didn't. So, but a spinner belt for the NFL and college football. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be a part of the design team, but I think that would be something that people would pay and they would be happy with it and proud to rock it. Not be like I paid $550 for this belt and it's a ripoff. Oh, tipped, picked. Utah. Right? Not even free shipping. $16. I mean, they're just ripping everyone off. Well, also remember, Utah is ranked. They won the Pac-12 2 years in a row. This Florida team is not, 20th or 25th. They're young. You know what I mean? They don't have experience, on the line. They're very, like Billy will tell you, they're very, very young. They don't plan on being good until probably 2024 to 2026 with the recruiting class that they're getting. And depending on if they fire this coach after this year or not. They don't have the right coach, but again, it's better than Mullins getting his fucking ass out of there because he was terrible, right? You got to be able to get the right coach. And if you can find an Urban Meyer, type of guy, Steve Spurrier, Urban Meyer, which is very hard to come by, but if you could find something like that and then get the recruiting, then things are going to change. And if you ended up watching Swamp Kings, which I highly recommend, Urban Meyer almost didn't get Tebow. And if he doesn't get Tebow, they don't win 2 championships, period. They do not win 2 champions. I don't give a shit if you have Percy Harvin and Brandon Spikes and all those other guys. You don't win those championships without Tim Tebow. And I know that he knows that as well. And they almost lost him, but he decided to go there. And that was really the reason why Urban Meyer had the success going from Alex Smith in Utah and winning those championships with Florida and then ending up winning a championship with Ohio State a few years later, I believe in like 2014. So he had 3 titles under his belt, but he could have gotten 3 out of 4, but there was just so much pressure on Urban Meyer and, trying to compete with those previous teams and, making those guys work out like they were about to go to Iraq. And then they got to a point in that 2019 where they weren't happy. It's like you had the motivation and you had the grind and everything was good. And in that 2019, they were undefeated. And then they played Alabama and got fucking mollywopped. Alabama was, they were starting to be Alabama. So, and 100%. I 100% agree. It's very hard. I mean, how many coaches are really good right now? Kirby Smart, right? Nick Saban, right? Normally Dabo Sweeney, but obviously his recruiting trail hasn't been as good as it was when he had Trevor Lawrence and some of those guys in the past, right? It's like you don't have the Deshaun Watsons and the Trevor Lawrences. It's not really Clemson isn't a top 2 team anymore, top 3, right? But now you're starting to see like Florida State on the up and up, and obviously we had Michigan, Harbaugh, he's good. Ryan Day, Ohio State. So it's like you got maybe 4: Ohio State, Michigan, Bama, Georgia, Clemson. It's like, well, what do we got? Less than 8 coaches that are kind of like elite. It's not easy. I mean, hell, we got Dan Lanning, and I don't know if I really even like him. So it's not easy. And plus, they have a prestige. Urban Meyer is like a Nick Saban when he was at fucking Utah, Florida, and Ohio State. He was like Chip Kelly. We're not going to get a Chip Kelly probably ever again. Florida may not get another guy like that for a while. You had Steve Spurrier, and you had to wait a while until you got the Urban Meyer. You have to find the right coach at the right time, maybe a guy that was like an offensive coordinator that, was really brilliant ahead of his time, young, and then you were able to have those players buy in. But also it's recruiting. You have to get the big recruits to be able to make your team successful. And then once you get the recruits that 1 year, and then if you end up winning the SEC or a natty, then other guys will come, just like when they got Tebow and they won the championship. And then the year later, all of those other amazing players started coming through. You had Rainey, Percy Harvin, fucking Brandon Spikes. And obviously came in with Tebow. I mean, but I highly recommend watching Swamp Kings. Like I said, if you haven't watched it, it's fucking fantastic. But now, I mean, you got to think there's over 100 Division I, coaches. How many are good? 5 to 10? That's not a very good number. End around. Oh, big hit. But one thing Florida does have going for it is they got some of the dopest uniforms in college football. Love them. Cyber, what do you want to see for photos, bro? Is there anything specific that you want to see for your generous $500 dono? I mean, we haven't got $100 to $500 donos. I mean, we don't get them every day, and hopefully at some point that I can build the Mariner fan base up where we can get heavy hitters like when we do football and other things, where the Mariner streams are going to be heavy hitting every time. But obviously that's going to take a little bit of time to get to that type of point. First, we just need to get over 20,000 subs, which we're almost there. Run, run, run! Touchdown, you! Uh-oh, this one's getting ugly. 23-3. 5-yard touchdown rush by Bryson Barnes. Anything Chiefs related? Okay, cool. I'll do that for you. College football it can be very cruel, again, but it's all about recruiting, coaching, discipline, and if you don't have the right coach or the right discipline or the players, it's very tough to break through, especially with over 100 Division One, teams that are competing. And how many teams are legitimate like contenders out of 100? Like what, four? So obviously expanding the college football playoff, from 4 to 8 to 16 would be ideal. So that way you get a few upsets along the way. Lauren in the building. What's good? Marinez. Hey, Julio. That was pretty sweet, huh? With the Run DMC. Love that. Did you end up seeing that at Cyberpunk? Julio and suggested to Scott Service that they all dress up in like Run DMC Adidas tracksuits, and even the manager Scott Service dressed up, and they had the whole team. And then Scott Service reached out to Rev Run, and then they had a little message for Julio on the team. It was last night after they ended up winning the most games that they've ever won in a month, 21. It's pretty sweet. I got the Chief spinning logo that I just got for you, bro. Let's throw up a couple photos here. I'll be doing photos here for the next probably 3 weeks based off the $500 dono from our boy. It's just nice, though, too, that you are showing this type of love and appreciation because I think for some people, people talk about it, but very rarely do people see it, and it's nice for people to be able to see that love and appreciation, for a channel. That's facts. Play action fake. Mertz going deep. He's got a man. Yes. First down, Gators. Woo, baby. Like sometimes when you tell people, about what you do and the support that you get from certain people, like people don't believe it. They're like, yeah, right. All right, and it's like you either understand the work ethic and who's about it or not. That's fast. There we go. Here, I'll get you a few more. I'll call the game here for a little bit, and then once we go into commercial break, I'll get some more for you. Yeah, I'll send you the link. I know you don't give a shit really about Mariners or anything like that, but it's a cool like 1 minute video. I'll send it to you real quick so you can kind of see. I'll send it to you right now so you can just kind of keep it. All right, I just sent it to you. Look at Scott Service, the manager. It's just wild. And then I sent you the Super Vader 1993 video, which is kind of cool. Anything I see like Bam Bam Bigelow or Vader, I'll always send you. Yeah, it's like a minute long, but it's super cool. And let alone that someone, from Run DMC actually, Scott Service. So Julio came up with the idea a month ago and asked Scott if he could do it, if it would be okay, if they would do this. And then he agreed. And then I don't think Julio knew that Scott Service reached out to Run DMC, and then they ended up getting like a video call, and back to Julio and the rest of the Mariners, which is very cool. I mean, we're like literally the most likable, Major League Baseball team right now. Big facts. Oh, Ed Sheeran concert. Nice. He's super talented. Like, who's going to end up being on the halftime show? Taylor Swift, Drake? Who's it going to be? Like, Taylor Swift might be even bigger than the Super Bowl. I mean, they already did Beyonce, so it's like, if it's not Taylor Swift or Beyonce, it's like, where are they going to go? I know on Good Morning Football, they were talking about like Bad Bunny or like someone else, but and then Ed Sheeran, and some other people, and they said like Adele and Drake and whatnot. But that's a tough one. I guess it just depends on what you're looking for, like rap or rock or pop. Hand off. Here we go. ETN. All right. Flag on the play. Uh-oh. So many false starts. Illegal formation. Come on, Gators. Let's go. Harry Styles was a suggestion as well. It's Super Bowl. Shotgun set, little sweep. I mean, the one where they had, Dre and Snoop and Eminem, I don't know if you're going to get anything like that. That was really special. Like, even if you're not a big fan of like hip hop or, rap or whatnot, but I thought that was pretty dope to be able to collectively get all those people to come through. And then what they have Mary J. Blige with that group too. So it was like what Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, like a nice kind of little collection of the rappers. And then they had Mary J. Blige in there as well. Fourth down and 3. AC/DC. We're not in the 1980s or 90s, Lauren. Oh, big stop. Uh-oh. Tough for Florida. Cyberpunk, you the man. I can't wait for game number 1. It's going to be so dope. And it's going to be an intriguing matchup. It's Lions and Chiefs. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better first game than that. The team that I love watching the most, right, with the Chiefs, and the team that I root for the most every year, the Lions. So obviously if the Lions win, it would be a shocker to like so many people, right? But even if they don't win, if they keep it close, that would be pretty cool, to be able to see Amon-Ra St. Brown get a little love and Jared Goff in the offense and whatnot. Oh, these studs. Look at these studs. But it's just nice that I'm able to get into the algorithm finally. It's not exactly where I want it to be just yet, but to be able not to be stuck, anymore, and to be able to see the growth, to get to the 20,000 and beyond. That's like a big accomplishment for me. It's like I've been grinding on this thing for 11 years. This is my 7th year on YouTube. And, I knew it. I predicted it would take me 10 years to go full time. So technically, I still have 3 more years to be on YouTube for 10, but I have been recording for 11 going into 12, obviously, as we hit January 1. But, just to be able to have that growth to move forward and then hopefully go from 20 to 25 and then 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 100,000. I know we're going to get there. Some people will never get that number, but I feel that we're very slept on. And if we can just hit the algorithm, we're going to get a lot of people, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, wrestling. It's just a matter of them, putting me in the algorithm so I can have a fair chance to get those proper eyeballs on the channel. Cyberpunk with a nice $500 dono. So we're just showing a few photos of his favorite team from the Kansas City Chiefs. Appreciate you. And I'll tell you what, there's only out of the, so many YouTube channels that are out there right now with YouTube, there's over 114 million active YouTube channels. Okay. Over 114 million. Northwest Sports Fanatics is in the elite 2%, which means that you're over 10,000 subs. Only 2% out of 114 million have 10,000 subs or more. So we are in the elite class, but we got a long ways to go, baby. Appreciate you, brother. I'll get you a few more as we keep going on. Gators. Utes. That was a terrible play call for sure. Hey, Charlie. See you later, bro. I love it when people come in here and talk shit. Relax, bro. It's like you didn't even sub to the channel. You're never going to donate. If you're going to just mouth off with like a keyboard warrior, relax, bro. I remember my first comment. I remember the first time I got booted. Actually, I don't because I don't act like that. See you, Charlie. Nice knowing you, brother. 24-3 Utes. And then we got the Braves and the Dodgers. Someone didn't remind me. All right, I got it on now. All right, 0-0 with the Braves and the Dodgers. I got both games on now. 24-3 Utes. I mean, Florida's better than this. Florida should be sitting at 13 to 17 points at this point. But again, just not having the ball bounce their way. That's 100% true. Yep, 100%. Like you got to have talent and passion and energy and dedication and drive, and you got to be able to do it for the right reasons. Oh, nice tackle. Like if you're only doing it for money and fame, right, and to be able to, have that status, you're never going to make it. You have to be able to do it not for money and not for fame and status. You have to be able to do it for free. And if you're able to do it for free and enjoy it, then you're going to be able to make it. But if you're only doing YouTube to be famous or to be rich, or to have status, you're never going to make it, period. It's just, there's so many, 114 million YouTube channels, 2% have 10,000 subs or more. That's, and we're definitely in that upper elite 2%. Rooftop in the building, what's good? Shout out to you. I saw that you put out the little TikTok and whatnot, or not TikTok, but Instagram, with your little, or YouTube short that you put out there. And like I said, you got a good voice. And like I said, I'm not sure necessarily if I'll be able to go onto your channel. I mean, obviously, if I have time, but I'm trying to grow my own right now. So it's like for me to go on to someone else's when I'm trying to do my own. Like if I was already established, then maybe it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But like I'm saying, I'm really trying to push right now. But again, if you and Trident want to be, to come on here, onto a Mariner game, I wouldn't mind having you two or just you hop on. And, like I said, I can call the game and then you can kind of, give some input and we can go back and forth. And then if you want to tell your boy Trident, if he wants to hop on too, like I said, I see that you obviously it's usually you, Trident, and then another dude. Like I know sometimes it's just you, or sometimes you, Trident, and then another dude. that obviously covers Mariners as well. But yeah, well, we'll figure something out. Either you and me, either for just like a little bit during the game, or if you want to be able to hang out with me for a full game, we can do that. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't normally have too many people with me for a full game. Normally, it's like I'll have someone come on, maybe for 5 minutes to 30 minutes, and then talk a little bit, and then I'll get back to what I'm doing. But as long as we have a good flow and we're not talking over each other, and then I can still call the game, and then I can, like, what do you think, rooftop? And then and if I lead you into the conversation, so that way we do that. And as long as your internet connection is good and it's not lagging, then we should be good to go. And then, like I said, we can go that way, and then I can help you, with your channel. I can help, get people that are watching me to sub to your channel, and and whatnot, vice versa. So, and then you can tell your boy Trident too if he wants to hop on. Like I said, we might be able to do something like that as well. So. Yeah, and like I said, a lot of people, they can judge, based on how I look or what the channel is like, but until you really get to know someone and what they're about. But, and like I said, this is a real big time for us and, Mariner fans as well moving forward, especially, Julio last year, now moving forward until probably about 2035 to 2040, we're going to be relevant. And hell, can you imagine if we get Shohei Ohtani next year? I mean, there's just going to be more and more eyeballs on the channel. Anyone that's doing Mariner coverage, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, more Mariner content, people are going to be looking. And then can you imagine if we end up making the World Series this year, even if we got swept or we lose in 5 or lose in 6 to like the Braves or the Dodgers, but if we could actually do that, the more eyeballs on the channel, the better. And yeah, we'll figure it out. And at some point, like I said, if I have time, I wouldn't mind hopping on your channel to try to help you out. But at this point, just, with what I got going on, I got to be able to establish myself over 20,000 subs and go from there. And then I'll be able to hop on your channel at some point. I'll do that for you. But at this point, hopping on mine would probably be better, for what I'm doing right now, and probably for you too. So that way I would be able to get you more subs, from people that are a part of my channel. So Dodgers, yeah. I don't know about the Braves though. $543. Let's get to $600, huh? Nice $500 dono from my boy Cyberpunk. And again, and also too, something also rooftop, just to let you know, it's not necessarily always what about reading and watching film and whatnot. It's YouTube for a reason. It's you, right? It's about who you are as a person, and that's a big part of it too. So, like for me, my ultimate thing is being able to connect with people, but to help people genuinely, and a lot of times, there's a lot of people, not you, but a lot of people on, YouTube or social media that are fake, or they're really good actors and they act like they really do care about people and all that. But most people care about likes, views, subs, and money and donuts, and that's it. So again, if you are doing it for the right reasons and it's not to be famous or, go viral or to be rich or have status, if you're really truly doing it for the love of the Mariners and you would do it, for free, and like I said, and you're committed to, grinding, good things will happen. But if you're only in for it for the views, the subs, the donos, or what other people are doing, you're never going to make it. And that's just an honest thing to say, because a lot of people, if they're in it for the wrong reasons, hit a wall and people quit, because they're not mentally strong enough. So even with me, where I'm at, I have depression and anxiety from time to time, and it gets tough, even where I'm at this point. So, but if there's anything that I can do to help out a fellow Asian sensation, Mariner member, go Mariners, I'll definitely do it. Tipped. Almost picked. Dave Roberts is the NL Scott Service. Um, Yeah, I could see that because sometimes Dave does good things and sometimes does bad things. But he's better than Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly would fuck up and leave guys in way too long. And me and my dad would talk about it all the time. It's like the starting pitcher would be in there way too long, or he would leave guys in way too long, and then they would lose the game. So even that, Don Mattingly was more famous as a player. Obviously, they made the right move with Dave Roberts, and hey, he did end up winning a World Series, right? So I mean, if Dave was terrible, then they wouldn't have won. So it was part of his coaching too, managing. Oh, Just out of reach, incomplete. Yeah. I mean, I got to keep it 100, you know. And then on September 12th, who's the opponent? No problem, man. And I did see that you ended up having urinating tree, on one of your streams there as well when you reached out to him. So sometimes it's just about building connections. Not necessarily just trying to piggyback off another person's success. But when you can actually build a bond. And it maybe initially it's like, okay, you're seeing these other YouTube channels that got more subs and views and more people. But ultimately, it can't be about that just trying to reach out to people that are bigger than you and trying to piggyback off their success. It's actually trying to be able to build actually a relationship and friendship with people. And if you're able to do that, that's when you're going to actually, get the help that you're looking for. Not just trying to be able to get subs and views and, try to promote yourself from what other people are doing. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, my. Offensive line for Florida stinks, but they're super young. So, yeah. But it's like it shows you if you got offensive line, you'll be good. If you don't got offensive line, you're going to be in trouble. So, woo! Wow. I got to share this. Dude, what a photo. Where did you get that? I'm going to send that to Sarah and I'll put it on the screen. That's incredible. All out this Sunday. Wow, that is insane, bro. Oh, good tackle. Dude, I'm so hungry right now too. Bro, and you got the correct format too with the dimensions. Look at that. Oh my God. 10 burgers with large pizzas used as buns. That is awesome. That might be one. I'm keeping this. This is definitely going to be in the routine when we go through food photos. Bro. Oh my God. That is, what state is that from? Is that in Kansas City? Where is that from? I want that. Do you think if we had all the mods that we'd be able to finish that? Like all the regulars and the mods, if we all sat at a table that we'd be able to finish it? Oh my God. That's crazy. Oh, brother. Fire, dude. Oh, big hit right there, but there's a flag on the play. 24-3 Utah. 0-0 still with the Braves and the Dodgers. So I got that going on too. It is the Purgatory Challenge. Oh, Canada. So Lauren might have heard of it. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, for a lot of us that can eat burgers, normally we eat like one, maybe two. But if we're doing a challenge, we have to push ourselves. So we would have to eat 2 to 4 each, right? We have to push ourselves and then see where we can go. So yeah, and obviously my diet has changed tremendously now. I mean, I'm eating veggies, steamed veggies every day, and noodles and rice and sometimes sushi and stuff. So I'm really trying to stay away from fast food. But maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe I'll end up having like a killer burger or a pizza or something. But also, I'm working out and I'm walking, 3 times a day for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So that's also helping me out too. So. Shit, I might have to move to Canada too. Goddamn. 10 pounds of burger. Yes. Seriously, out of all the burger photos that I've seen, that I posted. Remember we had the 30-pound burger, the 20-pound burger. The 30-pound one was with the Bob Saget lookalike, remember? But golly. And not only that, it's perfect size. It's formatted to fit the screen. There's about 3 different sizes that will format to my screen. Um, Unbelievable. Awesome photo, bro. Not only did Cyberpunk come in here with a huge dono and the cheap representation, but he got the burger photos on lock. Love it. 24-3 Utes. Hopefully Florida can get at least like 17 before the game is over. But at this point, it looks like they might not even be able to get a touchdown. And then I'll keep you posted because I got the Braves and Dodgers here on as well. Strider. Ooh. Or a 20-pound burger. I thought it was a 30-pound. So remember this one. The Bob Saget lookalike. Jeez Louise, look at the onions on the top. The layers, though. Just like up close. My God. Oh, that's so sweet. That's sweet. All right, Gators are in their own end zone. There we go. Go, 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 go. There we go. First down, Gators. Yeah, plus if you watch Vice Channel, there'll be a couple different cooks from different areas. Some from Canada and some from the U.S. And yes, 100%. Also, if you watch The Bear, great show. If you're looking for a restaurant show or a show that has to do with food, I haven't seen too many shows that have been as emotional, like that will make you laugh, make you cry, make you really want to root for them to win. Um, Fantastic. And then also, oh boy, that is in there. The brother, he's in Andor through the Star Wars, offshoot like the Mandalorian. And I was like, oh, it's him. That's crazy. End of the third quarter, 24-3 Utah. Let's get some more photos for Cyber. Come on, Gators, do something. Cyberpunk's generosity is unmatched. It's gonna be a sad day when these guys aren't in the league. And their podcast is awesome. If you haven't seen it or heard it, watch it. It's good. Spinning logos are the best thing on planet Earth. Little Jamal Charles, a little Dante Hall. I'm just going to throw it all at you. Current throwback. Oh, I got to hit you with a Larry Johnson too. Not Grandmama. So Larry Johnson was fun to watch at UNLV and on the Hornets. So what's the expectations for most Chief fans to repeat? I mean, that should be the expectation. AFC Championship game, repeat, beat ass, win championship, right? Legacy, Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid, dominant. I got a couple of these other ones I was saving for the regular season, but I'll give you a sneak peek on some of these other ones. These ones that I've never put on the channel before. One zero Dodges. There we go. I got one more. I got a Kelsey I was hanging on to, just like how someone's hanging on to him. I was hanging on to this one. The little preview there for you. Appreciate you, man. ACC discussed with Cal and Stanford. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and you know it's going to be tough, but honestly, if you have Mahomes and you have Kelsey and Andy Reid, you arguably have the number one quarterback, number one tight end, and number one coach. And then you got these Buffalo Bill fans. They're like, when I said that, if the Bills don't get like, a top 10 back like a Chubb, or a Josh Jacobs, you're never going to beat the Chiefs or the Bengals. And then you know what the response was? Well, just like the Chiefs did, they didn't have a top 10 running back. So, well, last time I checked, Josh Allen isn't Patrick Mahomes. You don't have the number one tight end, and you've got a coach that's nowhere near Andy Reid and his pedigree. Idiot. But again, I can't say that. But comparing yourself to the Chiefs just because you've been so close, you don't have Andy Reid, right? You don't have Mahomes, even though Allen is good. He throws too many picks. I would rather have Burrow and probably Herbert over him as well, honestly. And then you don't have Kelsey. Like I said, you don't have the same type of play calling. So stop acting like you're the Chiefs when you're not. Bills fans are fucking delusional. Like you lost Von Miller. Your O line stinks. Your defense stinks. You got players. They get hurt. What? You got Allen and Diggs, and you think that you're going to go to the fucking promised land? Fuck out of here. Yeah, you were close that 1 year, but there's no guarantee that even if they would have beat you on that comeback, that they would have been able to beat the NFC team. When they don't have that balance, it's like Allen and Diggs would have to go off in the Super Bowl for them to win. But again, obviously Buffalo fans are delusional, like thinking that they have someone like Andy Reid. Like last time I checked, he went to 4 NFC championships in a row with the Eagles and was able to have success there. And, obviously with the Chiefs, a couple Super Bowl wins. Last time I checked, the Bills, you just dump through tables. Okay. That doesn't equate to a Super Bowl Lombardi. Okay. Now, is your team likable? You got Allen and Diggs and Gabe Davis. Yeah. But your running backs are fucking trash. Okay. Your O-line fucking trash. Defense is talent, but they get hurt. Trash. Okay. So stop comparing yourself to the fucking Bengals and Chiefs. I mean, you want to compare yourself to the Bengals and the others, fine. But even that, I would rather take the Bengals than them. And hell, the Steelers look like they might even be better than them this year also. So they'll understand at some point that I'm right, that you need a bell cow to kind of, get the load off of Allen so he doesn't have to throw as much or run. But apparently that they can still get these shitty running backs, and then the Devin Singletaries, even though they let him, Zach Moss and all the yeah, these guys are good enough. No, they're fucking not. But again, they'll love to argue. Yeah, exactly. But they think they're still on the same level. But you're not. You know what I mean? I would take the Bengals over, the Bills. Hell, the Bills might not even win the division this year. Like, big facts. You could get the Jets or Dolphins being a little bit better than people think. Patriots are still going to be ass. But is it that crazy to think that maybe the Bills only win like 10 games and go 10-7, and maybe the Jets win more? Maybe Miami doesn't win more, and they maybe are closer to 7-9 wins. But what happens if the Jets win like 11, and then the Bills win 10? Is that crazy to think? They just need to get slapped in the mouth. They're just delusional with this Josh Allen Diggs thing. And also remember, Josh Allen was ass before Diggs came there. Go look at the stat line. He was ass. He wasn't good. He had potential and he had an arm, but he wasn't accurate. He's an athlete, right? But he was ass. He wasn't good until Diggs came. But they failed to remember that. They're like, oh, Josh Allen has been so good, coming out of Wyoming. Yeah, go back and look at the stats. It's like you only remember what happened like a game ago or last season. Like, he was not that good. But in Bills fans' eye, Bills Mafia, let's go jump through some tables. Now, will the Bills end up winning a Super Bowl at some point? For their case, I hope so. But they're not as good. Like I said, there's going to be other teams that, if there's one powerhouse team from the last couple of years that might regress, it's Buffalo. You know what I mean? Because I could see the Jets and the Steelers being better than them this year. And maybe another surprise team, but Bengals might regress a little, but they should still be good with the Steelers, even if they don't win the division, But injuries can, derail a team, just like you said, Cyber. Screen pass. There we go. First down, Gators. If Tua can stay healthy, they can go. I agree. I think if Tua stays healthy the whole year, they could win 10 to 12 wins. Just like the Bills and just like the Jets. That's the question. Can he stay healthy? If not, they're going to be a 5-9 win team. Especially if he gets hurt early within the first month or two. Handoff. ETN, short game. Yeah, but like I said, these Bills fans that are young or they don't know what it takes to construct a championship caliber team. The only thing that you need to do is to remember how good Buffalo was when they had Marv Levy, when they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost them all. What did they have? Jim Kelly. Oh, Thurman Thomas. Oh, Coinkadink. Huh? Andre Reed, Don Beebe, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith. But they had the running back. Do they have a running back? No, they don't. So stop arguing with me, idiot Bill fans. Oh, we're just like the Chiefs. But again, you don't have the same kind of play calling and scheme, and acting like you do. You're a moron. Like last time I checked, they didn't have a Bieniemy or an Andy Reid there. Now, do they have good pieces? With McDermott and everyone. Yeah, they're pretty good, but pretty good ain't going to get you a Super Bowl or an AFC Championship win. You have to be great, especially in the AFC. But apparently, I'm an idiot and they're smart. So, because they're tanking. That's why they did it, because they're tanking. And they're going to get rid of Kyler. They're going to trade him. So they're really going for Drake May or Caleb Williams. I would assume Caleb Williams is their number one target, and that's fine because he might be a bust in the NFL. Lots of pressure to be the number one pick. I'll gladly take Drake May with the second, third, or fourth pick in the draft. I think that would be better for Tampa anyways. Now, do I hope that Caleb, is bad? No, I want him to pan out. But if he goes to the Cardinals, he's not going to do as well as if he went to Tampa. If he goes to Tampa, Godwin, Mike Evans, he'll be more successful. If you end up going to the Cardinals, who the fuck do they have? Nobody. Like going to the Cardinals is worse than probably going to the Jags a couple years ago. It's not a good look. And the new head coach is not a good fit either. Just like Zappy got cut and Malik Cunningham, guys that could have helped the Patriots win, but they're trying to tank without saying they're tanking. I know these kind of moves that are made. You're doing it so you can get draft position, So that way you can get your. And then I imagine Bill Belichick wants Drake May. I assume that if they can get into the top 5 pick, or if they can trade up, that's who they have their eye on is Drake May, or maybe like a Michael Penix Jr., someone like that. So. And good in college doesn't mean you're going to be good in the NFL. Just look at my guys: Marcus Mariota, D'Anthony Thomas. I got the jersey on, Black Mamba, or LaMichael James. Oh, amazing, 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 right? But then what happens? You go to the NFL and you figure out it's a man's game. And a lot of times you get guys that have talent, but they get injured, and that's what happens. Preston in the building. Go Mariners. Boo, Rangers. Go Mariners. Oh, pass incomplete. Just playing, bro. How are you? He said, Rangers, Stars, baby. How are you, dude? Nice to see you in the chat when you're not at school. They'll be like, what you doing? Oh, I'm on NWSF. More interesting than you, teacher. 24-3 Utes. It will be fun doing Kraken and Stars games. I'll definitely do some. And if we, match up in the playoffs again, it'll be fun. What's good, Preston? All right, so to get a few more photos for Cyberpunk with his big $500 dono. $100? No. $200? No. $300? No. $400? No. $500. $500. And that it's nice because, like I said, for all those streams that me and Sarah did where we hit 0 to 20 or even hit 0, then those type of things that happen when you get blessed, it makes up for those shitty days that we had. Big facts. I appreciate you. Regular logo. Spinning logo. I got 3 other ones I want to throw up here. We got to throw up Andy Reid and the Lombardi. And what's better than that? Nothing. You want to maximize all these opportunities with Kelsey, Mahomes, and obviously Andy Reid. It ain't going to last forever. Of course, everyone in the AFC will be gladly happy when they're gone or when they're broken up, but it still doesn't mean that they're, going to fall off completely. I mean, Mahomes is still going to be the best quarterback in the league. I mean, maybe Burrow will have the title at some point if he ends up winning a Super Bowl or whatnot, and and continues to get better and whatnot. But I mean, those are the 2 best quarterbacks in the league to me. Shep in the building. What's good? I saw that 5-1 Braves. What's good, Shep? Yeah, I accidentally restarted the league from last year, and then it sent an invite to everyone that was in the league. And obviously, you know what happened with Jake, the Mariner fan who was mouthing off, when it ended up being, you guys, and then obviously having no Burrow, no Mixon, and no T. Higgins. You're not a champion of a league when Damar Hamlin shit happens, and then 3 of your 9 don't get to play, and you're trying to act like you won the championship. So, and obviously, talking shit to me like, if it was you or whatever, I'm like, bro, I was like, you obviously, this is not going to work. And then he's messaged me a couple times, but I'm like, no, you're not a part of the channel. We're not doing that. So I had to, end that one, and I made it like a private thing. And then, you need one more person to do that one to start it. And then I ended up sending the invite for this, obviously, fantasy thing. So, Cyberpunk, do you play fantasy at all or no? Because I have 6 spots that I'm going to have open. It's me, Sarah, Shep, and Chief Will Chief. And I'm going to have 6 other spots in a 10-man PPR league. Touchdown, Gators! That was impressive. Caleb Douglas from Mertz. Finally, Florida ends up getting a touchdown. He goes up there and he mosses him. Oh, baby. At some point, you're like, did he actually have the ball? And then he kind of tucked it by his waist. And you're like, wow. All right, Gators, there we go. Too much work. Okay, I figured. And like I said, to be good at fantasy, it takes time and commitment. So I will end up doing a video tomorrow, and then I'll see what other people that send me their email, and then we'll end up sending the invites. And the draft will be on Monday at 6 p.m. Mariner game will be on in the early afternoon. And there we go. 2-point conversion is good. There we go. And then we'll end up getting some other people to join the league. So 30 homers and 79 stolen bases. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Shep Cyber with a big $500 dono. You guys are like twins, always repping and always helping out on the extreme level, which is so appreciated. 24-11 Utah. Utah 24, Florida 11. Caleb Douglas, 31-yard TD pass from Graham Mertz. 2-point conversion is good. Braves 5, Dodgers 1. I was about to say 79. I was like, how the hell did he get 19 stolen bases, bro? Like he got fucking 5 stolen bases 4 days in a row. What happened? I was about to say, I don't know what kind of performance enhancing drugs he's on, but that's crazy. I was about to say, I was like, what Acuna on? Like before you said the message, and then I'm like, what? 79 stolen bases? What planet am I on? I'm gonna throw up a couple wrestlers here for Cyber as well. (24-11) Utah, Florida with the onside attempt. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, it looks like they were not doing an onside. 24-11 is a hell of a lot better than 24-3. Nice, brother. Wow. Oxygen shot. Watch out. Oh, yeah, recruiting trail for Florida and their head coach. I mean, St. Swamp Kings. So, but you definitely expected Florida to play a little bit better than 24-11. But we'll see here. I mean, if you end up getting a pick six, you're right back in it. Or a fumble, and then you can score off that, or you can force, a 3 and out. But uh-oh, uh-oh, first down, Utes. Walltown in the building. Yeah, we're watching it right now. 6-1, Braves. Troy's in the building. What's good? All right, we got 9 minutes to go. 24-11, Utah. They just got to be able to get pressure and get stops. But Florida doesn't have the personnel. Now, if they ended up having like Brandon Spikes there and a few other pieces like back in the day, yeah, Ahmad Black, yeah, you might be able to come back, but they don't got the personnel. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just grinding. We've been gaining a lot of subs. Recently with the reaction videos and some of the Mariners, streams. One Mariners stream alone got us like 20 to 30 subs, and now we are only. Let's take a look. We are 84 away. So we've gained a couple. So shout out to the people that just subbed. If they're in the room now or watching on Twitter, let me update the ticker. We are 84 subs away to 20,000, which is exciting. And so as long as I keep doing college reaction videos, NFL, and we keep doing Mariners and NFL games, I know we're going to end up getting that. Shit, we could end up, getting that in a day or two, depending on a stream if we hit the algorithm, So especially if you end up having 30, 40, 50 people in the room, especially when you have a cool number like 20,000, a big rounded off number, and you only need 80 something, there's going to be people that are going to want to help at that point, rather than, you have 100 or 200 to go. Maybe those people don't sub. But when you get, 80 to 75, 50 to go, you'll get more people to kind of help out. So, yes, big. No. Trey in the building. What's good? 24-11 Utes. Welcome, Trey. First down and 10 for Utah. And then we also are watching the Braves and the Dodgers right now as well. Handoff. And obviously they're just going to be trying to bleed the clock out now. A little too late. But it's nice that we're getting closer to the number. And especially like it shows you, sometimes when you end up getting 30 to 60 people in the room, throughout a stream, and it hits like 1,000 to 1,500 views for the stream, sometimes that stream right there could end up getting you 20 to 40 subs just right there. You can get more subs in one stream than in a whole month, depending on if they, are helping you out with the algorithm and whatnot. So, yeah, we need to get to 20 so that way I can do a giveaway, But like I said, third time's the charm to hit 20 and then obviously to move forward. Nah, I mean, the Gators aren't ranked. So, and obviously, if you look at their coaching staff and their recruiting trail, they won last year, but last year's team was different with Richardson. So, and obviously, Utah has payback on their mind. So, third down and 9, shotgun set. Get rid of it. Scrambling, gambling, takes a hit, incomplete. Flag on the play. And Paisley's not here, so I'll get her tomorrow morning, but it was raining all day, so I know she probably didn't get any exercise from the X over there, but as soon as she comes back tomorrow morning, we're going to go for like an hour walk, so. I miss her. I mean, even if I don't see her for like a day and a half, it's like, when you love someone or, or if you have like a pet that's like a family member, like sometimes people just don't understand. It just depends on the connection, I guess, you have with the person or with the pet that actually is family. I mean, hell, Paisley's my daughter, so I don't have any kids of my own. So, that's what it is. Fourth down and 9 with a long 55-yarder. Kick is up, and it is good. Wow. How did he make that? It's high school ball. One team's really, really good, another team is not. Yeah, Florida State is going to be fun to watch this year. They have a lot of talent. You know, it's going to be the first time that they've looked as good as they did when they had Jameis. That's big facts. They'll be fun. They might make the playoff this year, Florida State. It's possible. Ohio State, Florida State, possibly maybe a Pac-12 team, maybe USC or another team, possibly. And then obviously, Alabama, Georgia. We'll see what we're going to get there. Oh wow. Well, maybe that was a big part of it, huh? Here, I'll throw up an Acuna photo for you for obviously his success. Even though my dad's a Dodger fan and would not approve. No, my dad doesn't care. He's just Dodgers all day, every day. But you guys flexing your muscles. I mean, hell, Strider's 15-4. That's just ridiculous in its own. We'll get a couple more photos for Cyber too. Six-one Braves. Is that good? Crispy. First down and 10. I got one more for you. Get rid of it, Mertz. There we go. First down, Gators. With the sticks, Gators. First down and 10. Come on, Gators. At least get to 18 or 19. Mertz. First down, Gators. Oh yeah, I hope it ends up being the Braves and the Dodgers and then LCS and then Orioles, Mariners and the ALCS. That's what I'm hoping for. Look at the bottom of the order comparison. Second, first, and first. Dodgers 12th, 13th, and 16th. And that's an on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and hard hit rate. It's not even close. $543. Let's get to 6. Shotgun set. Second down and 7. Mertz. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. There we go. Screen. Use your speed. There you go. And a flag. Uh-oh. That could be a late hit, but also holding on the offensive line probably. Fuck. Uh-oh. Hopefully that's a hold on the defense. On the O-line. Motherfuck. As soon as you actually got a good play there and you're getting more rhythm. Now, if the Gators just could have had a better first half, it could have actually been close. where this game could be like 24-21. But it just took them all the way to the third quarter to get going. If they could have had anything in the first and second quarter, maybe they didn't win this game or they lose by 3. Like, it's closer, but you got to give Utah credit. They won the line of scrimmage in the first half. And that's really what it's about. You can have star pieces, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. But if you don't got good O-line or D-line play, that's like the gas going into the Ferrari. Otherwise, you just got a Ferrari with no gas in it. Second down and 17. Shotgun set. There we go. And in this case, Florida doesn't even have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. They might be like an Integra or like a 300Z, a Supra. They're not on that supercar level. This is not Swamp Kings. Olivia in the building. How are you? Third down and 9, 24-11 Utes. And then 6-1 Braves against the Dodgers. Interesting that they suggested this video. Do you watch sports at all, Olivia, or no? Shotgun set. Third down and 9. Mertz, pressure. There we go. Oh, big hit. Fourth down. Let's go. Baseball. Okay. Well, I do Mariners on the regular, and then obviously I do some Dodgers streams for my dad. But then I cover MLB. I do baseball, basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, and wrestling. So I really do it all. But normally I do a Mariners stream almost every day. Who's your favorite baseball team, Olivia? Fourth down and 3. Less than 3 minutes to go. 24-11 Utes. Shotgun set. Pressure coming. Mertz. First down. Gators. Move the chains. Yeah, Shep, I was Mr. T today. I had all my duck chains on, like 7 of them. I was like, oh, I don't think I need to be Mr. T today. I'll wait for a duck game maybe this weekend. But it sucks. Like, we're playing Portland State. I want to play someone better than that. First down and 10. Come on, Mertz. Shotgun set. Plenty of time. And caught from behind from Utah. Short game. Astros. Do you live in Texas or in Houston? You like them because they're good. I gotcha. Second down and 8. Floater. Oh, just incomplete. So what do they have you doing now? Are you working at the Atlanta airport now since you're stationed back home? And how long are you going to be home now in the ATL? Are you going to be there, Shep, for like a couple weeks, a month, 2 months? What's going on with the job situation? Third down and 8. Yeah, I'm here in Oregon, Olivia. Where do you live? What state do you live in? Shotgun set. Third down and 8. Mertz. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a Ute sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, my. Oh, my. Yeah, of course, because I'm good. And we got great people in the room. And we had a $500 dono from our boy Cyberpunk just about a half hour ago. Some YouTube channels actually have people that support them. Some do not. Some people have talent. Some people don't. Some people have great supporters. Some people don't. Facts. Yeah, Shepard, the one that's talking to you right now, he was the one. And it won't be the last time. He'll break his own record. Yeah, it is fucking great. And it's not necessarily even the dollar amount, it's the support. It's a dream. Like I said, I've been doing this for 11 years. So it took me 10 years to go full time. So, when you grind, and I've done like 1,700 live streams and videos since 2017. So, when you actually have a dream and a goal, and then you work really hard, and you're able to get support like people from like Cyberpunk and Shepard Williams, it definitely makes you feel good. But also on the flip side, Olivia, there's been streams where I've made zero, or where you feel like shit, where it's like I've worked really, really hard. It took me an hour to make a thumbnail. I grinded and gave it my all for 3 or 4 hours, and then nobody donated, and sometimes that happens. But sometimes you got to be able to not get overly excited when good things happen and not get overly depressed when bad things happen. You kind of have to get excited when good things happen, but don't get too depressed or sad when things don't go your way, because ultimately tomorrow is another day to shine. And that's a good thing to be able to learn in life. When you have a bad day, tomorrow is another day to prove yourself to have a better day. So, but I wouldn't be able to do it without the great people in the room. You got to be able to have great people, and it doesn't necessarily matter how many that you have. You can have 7 people in the room, 70 people in the room, 700 in the room, 7,000. But all it takes is 1 or 2 people that have a heart that really believe in you that can make a difference. So, oh, I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, and like I said, I've sacrificed a lot. I had a Michael Jordan rookie card, Olivia, right? That's worth $20,000 to $30,000. Okay, and when Michael Jordan dies, the card is going to be worth probably over 100,000. I sacrificed that for this channel, for the iMac, for the microphones that you hear me talking on, for the speakers. So some people have dreams, some people have goals, but most people aren't willing to sacrifice something of worth that much, to make their dreams come true, or try to make their dreams come true. So I very much appreciate you subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Who are the other teams or players that you like? So I know you like Astros. Is there anything else that you like? Basketball, football, hockey, wrestling? You have anything else that you like? I always like to get to know, people that subscribe and that help out the channel. So regardless of age, we got people that are going to be 10 to 14 years old, and the oldest person that watches us on the regular is 90. So half the fan base is under 40, and the other half is over 40. So I have a wide blend of people, because I like to be able to have the symmetry. And sometimes if I'm looking this way or I'm looking this way, I like to be able to have the 2 mics. Swagger. I don't like to be like everybody else. Washington, nice. I live in Oregon. What part of Washington? You like in Seattle or Tacoma? Yeah, like I said, I used to live around like the Tualatin, Sherwood area, but now I'm kind of more in the burbs, Beaverton area, roughly. Yeah, but we got a lot of Northwest fans, Mariner fans, and so if you live in Washington, how come you're not a Mariner fan? No connection to the Mariners if you're a baseball fan? I mean, this is the time. I mean, especially with Julio. Or do you live in D.C., not in Washington State, but do you live in like D.C.? 2411 Utah. We got a couple more subs. Thank you, Olivia. And there's someone else that's either in the room or that's on Twitter. 82 to go to get to 20,000. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much, Olivia, and whoever else ended up subbing either on Twitter or on YouTube right now. I appreciate that. Clark area. Okay. And you know what's dope is Clark Toys. I know they're dope. Yeah, but a big part of me being a Mariner fan is I met King Griffey Jr. I'm not sure if you know who that is, depending on how old you are. But I met him, when I was 7 years old, and obviously it changed my life forever. But also too, I look a lot younger than I really am as well. So okay, we got the top of the 4th, Braves 6, Dodgers 1, and Utah now about to kneel it to end the game. And I'll stay on for a little bit for the Braves and the Dodgers. And I'll flip up the stream with that real quick as well. I still need to go exercise though, even though Paisley's not here, my pup. So Cam Rising, loving it. We just wish Florida could have had a little bit more effort for you, Finley, in the first half. Then the game could have been a little bit different. And you had the missed field goal, so that could have been 24-14. And then if you could have just had one touchdown and one field goal in between the first and second quarter, what could have been, right? Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Bama, LSU, USC, Penn State, Florida State, Clemson, Washington. Final score, Utah 24, Florida 11. All right, let's go to the Dodgers game, and I'll stay on here for a little bit. $41. 39 is a good guess, but most people think I'm in my late 20s or in my 30s. But all right, let's flip this up here real quick. All right, hold up. I'm just trying to get it situated here for. Oh, boom. And magically, we go from a football stream to a baseball stream. But I got to change the background here. Where are we at? We're in LA. All right, so let me change it real quick. Technology, it's beautiful. Oh, look at that. I mean, I'm still in my football gear and whatnot, but boom. And then I got to adjust this, and then we'll refresh this. All right, we're in the bottom of the fourth, 6-1 Braves. I think we're good now. Let's take a look. Are we good? Boom, we are. There we go. All right, let's go. And we'll hang out here for a little bit longer, maybe another like 15 minutes or so. And then we'll go from there. Jackson Mahomes. God, when's this guy going to go to jail already? What a terrible human being, huh? Brandon, yes, I am. I will be doing the Mariners and Mets tomorrow at 4. Absolutely. 100%. I got to gain some ground. We're only a few subs away from 20,000, so I definitely want to be able to grind it out as much as I can for sure. All right, man. Have a good one, brother. I'll talk to you a little bit later. Appreciate you. You back. What's good? All right. Anything that anybody wants to see photo wise from now until another 15 minutes from now? If anyone has any thing that they want to see. Otherwise, I'll just call this game a little bit here with the Braves and the Dodgers and kind of maximize our window here. Spencer Strider, MLB rank, tied for first with wins since becoming a starter May 30th of last year. 25. Opponent average 195, second on base percentage. Opponent's on base percentage third, 265. Strikeouts first, 401. I would say that's pretty fucking good, huh? All right, Finley, take it easy, brother. Pitch is high. 1-0 count. All right, let me adjust this too so I can make this a little bit bigger too. All right, 6-1 Braves in the bottom of the fourth. Strider's still on the mound being fucking Strider. And it's funny too. I remember when I was a kid, I had a video game on Nintendo called Strider, where you had a guy that had a sword, and it was kind of like an RPG action game. I don't think I swore enough playing that game. It was like literally fucking impossible, but I kept playing that goddamn game. And every time I see Strider, I think about that video game. Got him, another K. But if anyone has anything that they want to see, let me know. Photo wise, let me know anything you guys want. Photo wise, we can do food, whatever you guys want. Let me know, and I got you. And my dad's been a Dodger fan since the 50s, so obviously I cover the Mariners and obviously try to cover the Dodgers as much as I can. And I was thinking about doing this matchup, but when college football is starting off, I'm always going to be able to do playoffs, for baseball and whatnot, and a lot of Mariner games. So, but if there's anything else that anyone wants to see, just holler, and I'll be able to, throw up a few photos while I watch a little bit of this game. Looks like Atlanta's pretty much in control, though. I don't know if the Dodgers. I mean, maybe they'll start coming back when Strider goes out, if he ever goes out. So, bottom of the fourth, 1 out, 1-2 pitch from Strider. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Max Muncy, see ya later. Cy Young winner, you better believe it. Cyberpunk, anything else that you want to see? You want some food or wrestlers or anything? I got the cheap stuff for you, but if there's anything that you want, I got you. Just let me know. Appreciate your support and your generosity. But like I said, we got another like 11 minutes to go unless we get some more people coming in to be able to show some love. But I figure 11 minutes would be a good chance to kind of sign out. That'll give us a 3-hour and 30-minute stream, and then we can call it a day. I like rounded numbers, 3 hours, 3 hour and 30 minutes, 3 hours and 45 minutes, 4 hours, something like that. So, bottom of the fourth, 2 outs, 6-1 Braves, 1-2 pitch from Strider. Got him. Got his money. Strider's got how many Ks? 7? Wow. Should we do food? Should we do food here at the end? I think we should do food. I mean, it's always a great way to kind of cap off something. What do you want to do, Cyberpunk? For food, you got anything? I mean, obviously we have the food options that you sent me, so we can always start there and kind of go from there. All right, let me delete some of these other photos. Should we do breakfast food, burgers, tacos, Mexican food? And I usually like to be able to end a stream off either talking about mental health, real life, any problems that anyone's going through, or we can go through wrestlers or baseball players, cars, food, whatever we feel like at the time. music artists, rappers, whatever we feel like at the moment. But food is always kind of a good thing to finish off at. Let's do food. Pizza, good choice. If you got any other photos to send me, send them to me. All right, let's do it. It's like good for the mental health to end off with something delicious. Might not be healthy, but we're going to do all kinds of variations. Obviously, if Elliot was here, it'd be pepperoni pizza all day, every day. But Mick doesn't work at the pizza joint anymore, so no more free pizza. So his diet has changed as our youngest mod. And they're talking about Garrett Cole or Luis Castillo on the American League side, but no one's on that. No one's on that Strider level, though. They're going to take us to Flavor Town. And I got to throw in some like deep dish Chicago style and stuff too. New York style. Deep dish Chicago style. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Damn, now I'm really getting hungry. Had grilled cheese today, grilled cheese sandwich. Oh my gosh, when you are craving something and then you end up having an amazing grilled cheese sandwich, it's like there's not many things that are better on a rainy day than a grilled cheese sandwich, and you don't even need to have the tomato soup with it. Back, gone. Michael Harris, the second with a solo dinger. Wow. My dad is not happy. 7-1 Braves. Flexing on them, letting them know who the best in baseball is, the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, I think I like combination pizza the best. That's my favorite. Give me green peppers and onions, and you can do the sausage and the pepperoni, some good cheeses in there. But I love combo pizzas. I used to have this round table pizza like down the road from my house, and they had Road Blasters, the video game that I used to play, the arcade machine, and I would just love going there and having the combination pizza. But I mean, I could still do a really good pepperoni or pepperoni and sausage or even a fucking cheese pizza if it's good. But I don't know. I'm a topping guy, so yeah. Dodgers are getting mollywopped. Vincenzo's Pizza, huh? You live near there? In Lackawanna County, there's a couple of Vincenzos. There's one in California. I mean, there's Vincenzos everywhere. Back in the day. Nice. All right, we're gonna switch over to some like meats. Do a couple of well, Bucky's action with some pulled pork and brisket. A couple burgers. Some of the other photos were not up to my standard. Be some burnt ends. Let's go. Delicious. Pitching change. All right, no problem. I'm about to wrap up here anyways. I'm just going to go through the photos here one more time, and we'll end up calling it a night. Obviously, Gators and Utah. Obviously, we hope that the game would be a little bit closer, but that's what happens sometimes. You know, games kind of get out of control, right? And obviously, we know with the Utah Utes, they're the real deal. And obviously, second and third string quarterbacks, lots of depth. Final score 24-11 Utah. And then let's go over the photos with Cyberpunk here one last time. Let me throw up the Chief logo, a little spinning action for his $500 dono with all that generosity and love. And I'll put out a video for fantasy for my other 6 participants. And then we will do the Mets and the Mariners tomorrow at 4:00 Pacific time. Shout out to the Cyberpunk and everyone else that donated, Reflect and Sarah and a few others. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, as well as Mo Gumbo earlier. Appreciate you. Let's go through the photos one last time. Cyberpunk sent that one. Beautiful. Pizza top with burgers, 10 pounds. My goodness. That's in Canada. Good old pepperoni. That always is a hit no matter what. As long as they got good crust and good dough. Deep dish. Little Bucky's. with a burger. Delicious. And we're getting into football season, so it's going to be amazing. Well, I appreciate everyone that came in and donated, commented, shared. You guys are the best. Cyberpunk, you are so beneficial, to the channel, but also it's just the friendship and the bond and just your big heart. So thank you so much for everything that you do for me and the channel. Shout out to everyone in the room that donated, commented, shared. You guys are the best. And again, I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time for the Mets and the Mariners. And I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.